good afternoon, wherever in the world. Welcome to Explain Live. My name is Lionel Miranda, and today for AoS Wednesdays, we got all sorts of excitement happening. I'm going to be talking a lot, at least at the beginning, so hopefully you kick back, grab yourself a stiff drink, and listen to my voice go on and on and on. Why, do you ask? Well, we got all sorts of exciting things happening today. First off, we got the new GHB, baby. So we are playing a new mission right out of the new GHB called Surge of Slaughter. And folks, as you look at that screen, just imagine there's a top half and a lower half. And this one specifically, well, let's talk about it. First off, if you are the underdog, you get Defense of the Realm. All right, to be underdog, you have to be, you just have to have less points than your opponent, or if your opponent took a double, then that would be the other condition. Okay? All right. Now, that's how you become underdog. And now what happens if you become underdog? Well, you pick a pair of objectives to be the targets, and then the effect is, for the rest of the battle round, add 1 to the rend characteristic of friendly units' melee weapons while they are contesting either of the target objectives. So this is kind of actually very, very impactful, and you can plan around this, understanding that maybe you want to score a little bit less going into the next turn, that you could potentially unlock a point of rend, which is an absolute huge probability change in a system that the computer has 6 sides. So adding a plus or negative modifier is a big effect. Now, in the new objectives, or I should say in the new GHP, the way it works is your first objective is 5, your second objective is 3, and if you get more than your opponent, it's 2. So basically, you're always going to be scoring 8 points on primary, ideally. Okay? All right, everyone caught up so far? That's good. Then things get a little different, very, very different, and that is each army now basically picks a battle tactic before their game at list building stage. Now, I'm going to refer to them as battle tactic paths because in my mind that kind of makes things easier for me to process. Hopefully it doesn't confuse you. And as it just so happens, these two lovely gentlemen picked the exact same ones, so it'll apply to both armies. All right. So they both picked Master the Paths and Scouting Force. Now, these are the battle tactics that say, well, for Master Paths, for instance, you complete this battle tactic end of your turn if an enemy hero has been destroyed this battle. Now, Sylvaneth have Kurnoth bowmen that can ignore quite a bit for lines of sight. Now, we'll see how well they do, because also in the new season, a lot of the terrain gives obscuring. So if you're within 1 inch of the terrain, you can get obscuring. And then, of course, places of power, which if you look at your screen, are those two, how am I going to say it, bamboo-like things, kind of in the center line. They're green. So if you look up at the top, straight down, those bamboo-ishy type of things. I'm not being very descriptive. Let's see if I could get a better angle on it. How about that? How about I do this? Bing. All right. Now do you see it? Hopefully you do. I just left the scoreboard there. All right. So those places of power can actually turn objectives into obscuring as well. But you need a hero to do that. So we'll see how well these Masters of the Paths do. But I have a funny feeling a lot of heroes are going to be, one, support heroes. And potentially support heroes could just be behind ranks and ranks of infantry or models or units. The Wood Elf player did take Drycha. So she's a monster, so she'll stick out. We'll see how well the Daughters of Khaine player, can see how well you can target her. So this, I call it a path because it travels and just gets incrementally harder and harder. So the first one is kill a hero. The second one is you complete this battle tech at the end of your turn if there are more friendly units in neutral territory than enemy units. This particular scenario splits the table in half, so there's really no neutral territory per se. So if there is no neutral territory in the battle plan, you are playing, you complete this battle attack at the end of your turn if there are no enemy units within your friendly territory. Again, that's going to be kind of hard for both of them. One, the Daughters of Player is going to go super wide with all sorts of units. And two, the Sylvaneth player will be able to teleport all over the place, potentially denying that tactic for as long as possible as well. And then it goes into the third stage, which is envelope, and strangle. You complete this battle attack at the end of your turn if at least 3 different friendly units are each wholly within 9 inches of a different corner of the battlefield, and only one of those corners is wholly within friendly territory. No more than one of those units can have been set up this turn. So you can teleport with one, but not the others. Daughters of Khaine player has all sorts of crazy type style movement and will go super wide. Very good for them. Sylvaneth player will still have very, very fast mobile units that we'll see in the next little bit. Then we go into Scouting Force. You complete this battle attack at the end of your turn if there are 3 or more friendly scout units wholly outside of friendly territory. And then it gets a little bit more and more complex. In the future, folks, I'll just be saying the battle tactics. It's just because we're encountering it for the very first time that we're just going to be talking about it in detail. Speaking of details, let's talk about their army list, because I don't think they've set up yet, so we got a little bit of time. Let's talk about Sylvaneth. All right, tilting the scales at 1980. Blah, blah, blah. No gold star at the corner of his page. No, sir. He is imperfect. 20 points down. It's funny. A lot of people were saying, or at least a lot of talking heads, like channels like mine, except, better probably, we're saying that these little incremental increases on both manifestations and terrain was not a big deal. Well, let me tell you, it's a big deal. It has absolute impact on list building, and I really, really dig it. It was just enough that it made things have an opportunity cost. For instance, one of the players was going to bring Morbid, but now that it costs 30 points, pivoted to Aether Rot Machineries. And you're like, well, that's still pretty good, but it's not what he wanted, right? What he wanted was Morbid, but couldn't find the points, so he tipped over to Aether Rot Machineries. And it's little decision points like that I'm there for. I am super happy they've actually attached points to some of the more egregious manifestations and even the terrain. Yeah, there's no other way to put it. I'm a happy camper. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but so far, impactful. So what's the new thing that they're doing with this list for Sylvaneth? Well, we're using the new Drycha. I said that. She is very, very interesting. All sorts of cool rules, and we'll cover her throughout the game. Okay, I'm not going to go through all of it right now. So we got a Branch Witch, we got Drycha, we got a Warsong Revenant, who is the actual general. Spellsinger, of course, to channel those spells, but that now costs 20 extra points. And then Ranu's Lamentary. Now, Ranu's Lamentary is a new artifact, and basically when the Warsong dispels, depending the difference between the die rolls, they inflict that many mortal wounds on the wizard, on the opposing wizard, which is not bad. Not bad, especially when you're talking Master the Paths, right? And you're like, what do you mean? Well, let's remind each other again. Master the Paths is when you kill a hero. So this is a kind of a sideways way of completing your battle tactic, right? Not bad. I like the thought. I really, really like the thought. So let's now also go what's in that regiment. We have 10 Spite Revenants, and these are the new boys. And what are Spite Revenants? Think of a dragonfly that's really pissed off. That's what it is. 10 of them, 2 units of 10. Oh, sorry, no, I'm an idiot. Spite Revenants are the infantry. That's the one that disallows commands. I apologize. It's the Revenant Seekers that are the Dragonflies, and they are fully reinforced using the new War Scroll. Again, we'll cross that bridge when throughout the stream. Then we got 3 Kurnoth Hunters with Kurnoth Greatbows, and of course, Bel Thanos giving running charge across the battlefield to 3 units. All right, so that is Sylvaneth. now let's look at the perfection that is Daughters of Khaine, tipping the scales at 2,000 points on the nose. Gotta love it. I love everything about this. This is a 4-drop list. Both lists are 4-drop, by the way. Again, we're using the new general handbook mission and scrolls. So what does that mean? I believe, let's go to... sorry, I'm looking at multiple screens here, folks, because everything's still not exactly up to date, and we're not perfectly set up for it. We're kind of YOLOing, to be absolutely fair with y'all of you. But we really wanted to play with the new missions, and that's just that. So in the General's Regiment, we have the Slaughter Queen on Cauldron. Tip of the scales at 320. We got Doomfire Warlocks in there to act as screens, complete battle tactics, and what have you. And then Khaine Life Takers, which are, I believe, the melee version. In Regiment number 1, affectionately known as Regiment number 2, we have Krathuza in her new form. That's right. The Sog form, Scourge of Gairan, and again, we'll get to her scale, but she's now a 2-cast priest and does some interesting things. Also access to the new prayer lore, which is called Blood Shadow Rites. I believe he's using that. Yeah, he is. And then we go to Regiment number 2, affectionately known as Regiment number 3. We got a Gairan Bloodrack Shrine. Again, this is the new Gairan scroll. We got Witch Elves with paired knives, fully reinforced. 2 of them, actually, so both tilting the scales at 220 points. Then we got a Regiment number 3, affectionately known as Regiment number 4, the High Gladiatrix, and then 2 fully reinforced units of Sisters of Slaughter. So we are talking 2, 4, 6, 80 witches rocking across the battlefield. So this is going to go super, super wide. Very interesting list. If you've not played against Daughters of Khaine before, they unlock bonuses as the game progresses. And the important part is they can hit eventually the point where they get to run in charge and all that business. So this is going to be a very, very interesting game. I'm hoping you are all excited. And before we flip over to the table, I just want to send out a shout out to Baku Chai Dancer. His man is like joining us at 1 o'clock in the morning his time. I appreciate you. Normally we talk through comments and only, but it's nice to have you actually on stream. And then we have Pamela Barnaby. Yes, Sylvaneth again. So let's go trees. Saying hi from Tennessee. How are you, Pamela? And then we go back to Baku Chai Dancer. I completely probably saying this wrong, folks, but I just like saying his name. And that's just the way it is. Another hit for Morbid. No bonus to cast from the place of power. Harder to get off. And banish as a magical intervention. All those statements are absolutely true. I think 30 points might be a little too heavy-handed. We shall see. But the lovely thing about points, folks, is they can be adjusted. So, whatever. Warlocks are more than screens. One of the best DOK units. They are really, really good. I'm just telling you what the player's primarily using it for. You're right, though. They are better than just calling them screens. But the players typically is more or less using them as a screen. Reminds me of a list I play on Monday. I have 10 shooty snakes instead of 20. Oh, fair enough. I love the snakes. I know the snakes are not as big a popular as a build, but I think the models look absolutely sexy as all get up. All right, so those are the comments. Hit me up on the actual chat. I want to hear you guys weigh in on your particular armies and what you think. Has those little increases on all these weird little things impacted your list building? What do I mean weird little things? I mean, like, for instance, the Temple for Seraphon costing an extra 20 points, or the Outhouse for Stormcast costing an extra 10 points, or even some of the Manifestation Lords. I know it's affected my list. A lot more impactful than even I thought it was going to be. But we shall see, I guess. All right, so that's me talking. Oh, done. I think I am done. Let's get to the table. Let's hear guys that we want to actually listen to. Here we go.
Good old-fashioned fight first. Yeah, let's see how that goes. So you could theoretically go 18 because 6 move, 6 move, auto run. So you could just move 18 and then charge.
Correct.
With your, if everything goes in a perfect world.
In a perfect world where everything goes right? Yes.
Yeah.
All right, just to give you a little bit of background here, that, my friends, is Balthanos. And Kyle's got a really cool theme. He's been on stream a whole bunch of times. And he loves the Sylvaneth army. And I think he just did a great job. Look at those guys. He so much wanted these bugs to be fantastic. So thank you, Games Workshop. You made Kyle happy. So that is pretty darn cool right there. And let's go to the opposite end of the table. Bingo bango. And let's look at potentially some witches, or at least try.
Yeah, because you're a war machine, not a monster.
Yep.
So you get the benefits. Yeah.
Yes, that's a huge improvement. That's going to be there. Go ahead.
Unfortunately, I'm all monster, so. Okay, well, I'm on my last drop.
Sorry, 6. It's just a 6. Oh, just a 6. Yeah. Oh, no, involved. Yeah.
Ooh.
Still get to say that because they don't have anything. Oh! Basically, the rippers are just screaming.
Someone having a
Someone's having a good time.
Someone's having a just moaning.
This game's over. Okay, where's my This might be the worst I've ever rolled. I mean,
So look at that big giant platter of witches. Daughters of Khaine is absolutely awesome, but it does, or this list is even absolutely fantastic. It does have some very real world impacts. And what I mean by that is you got to be physically fit to actually rock this army across the board, folks. You are craning across that table, moving all of this. And you're at an event and you're playing 5 rounds, 6 rounds over a weekend, and maybe you do really, really well, and you get to play 8 rounds. Yeah, that's right. Holy cow, that's a lot of models to move. That is just a crazy amount of models to move. And then on top of that, you want to do it under time, right? You want to be able to, not hog the clock. And that's one of the reasons why playing with a clock competitively is important, just for fairness. But yeah, that's a big army, man.
yeah, I got it. Nice. So I'll take one of your points off you, and I will rip off those. So I'll take 10.
What do I even want from life?
Did you want to put Balthanos within 6 of that tree?
He is.
Oh, okay, good.
He is.
Just want to make sure you're not screwing yourself out.
No.
Yeah, you're good. Because obviously I know you want to make that forest a thing.
So activating a place of power is once per turn army, which means that it's
No? Is it?
I think it. So my question is does that mean that because like before each hero could activate a place of power once?
Correct,
So-
you still can.
Well,
Because heroes within 3 inches of the train can use the activate place of power ability. Now, the only thing is, it just doesn't show the activate place.
yeah. So it says once per turn army, start of any turn.
Oh, okay.
Pick a friendly hero within 3 of a place of power to use its ability. Then pick that place of power to be the target. So the question is when the place of power is the target of the ability, once per turn army still caps you, I think.
Correct. I think so. 2-1. If not, I'd be spamming this thing.
Well, no. My original, what I thought that meant is that a place of power itself can only be activated once. But if you had multiple, you could do it once per.
Per one.
But I
Yeah.
think, yeah,
Once per
place of power.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I thought too.
Army, but it's 2 different.
Yeah.
It's sort of like the same conversation you have with null holes.
Yeah.
Each null hole has an ability.
Okay.
So you could for instance, teleport from one knothole to another, and then use the ability of that knothole to teleport back to reposition the unit.
Okay, gotcha.
Right? So each place of power has the ability
Gotcha.
Yeah.
of army. So
Because they're the
if you-
targets. Oh, I get it. The terrain is the target of the ability.
Correct.
So once per battle doesn't work
In
necessarily.
actual fact, it'll be so difficult for you. You'd have to control both places of power.
Well, I mean,
Just
he
to
has
remind
2
you
over there.
guys.
Yeah,
Yes, well, yes, because he's special.
because he's a special boy.
He's a special boy. Look at him.
I can make places of power. I'm a special boy. What do I do, Mark? What can I do against such reckless hate?
Yeah. I don't got an answer for you there.
Mr. Move 18, damage 2 weapons.
Yeah.
Like what the?
Yeah.
I think it's just I just take it on the chin and just live with myself. Fuck it. Okay. When I have the twist of Eld, and I can give you slingshot a unit, and I give you minus D3 to your charge, and then all that other bullshit. We'll see what happens.
So Baku, basically what they're actually talking about wasn't questioning what the definition of once per army meant. It was the question really was about whether or not each place of power had that rule. So I'm judging it as each one has that rule, meaning if you control both or have 2 like the Sylvaneth player does, because they can definitely engineer that with Belthanos, each place of power has the ability of once per army. I'm not 100% certain whether that is absolutely correct, but we're going to roll with it. I'm identifying them as individual pieces that have the same. So it's targeted to, in my mind, means that each one can be used, but each one can't be used more than once is basically where I'm aiming for. All right, it's just a nuance. It's how we're ruling it for right now, and we're going to roll with it. I am so excited over this new GHB. I'm so stoked for the actual, I don't know, the results of the impact of this GHB on lists. That I'm just excited to write lists, plain and simple. We got more comments, and Paul says that's not sounding quite right. Each has, but army means you can use only 1 per turn. Yeah, 1 total per army. And that's how you guys are seeing it too. Not that each one has that ability. That is definitely a more conservative way of looking at it too, and I do like it that. And you're saying that basically because it is, even though it's 2 separate pieces that have that ability, it's 1 ability, and it shares the same name, is basically what you guys are saying, right? That does make sense to me too. It's the same as many units, has once per turn army and once per turn. Yeah, I dig that. Oh, you convinced me. I wasn't 100% certain on it, but more chiming in. Nahal's thing was correct, but doesn't have the once per turn army. Oh, that is a very, very valid point. Well, you got me right there. Paul, thank you so much for the input, and Baku Chai Dancer. You know what? I'm gonna flip my decision. Thanks, boys.
They ignore guarded hero, but they don't ignore that.
Obscuring. Which places of power have?
It's lovely. Let's do these things in chat live. So the chat hit, and I actually agree with them. It is, regardless of how many of the sources you can only use it once.
Okay.
So you might want to change that to something else. Okay.
I can only change the place of power. That's all he does.
That's all he does?
Yeah.
Doesn't
the
it also
reasoning
become
behind
a
that-
thing?
Yeah. It also becomes a wildwood.
Awaken Wildwood keyword?
Yes. So it counts as this for the purposes of 3 rules, which is the teleporting from, teleporting to, and healing.
Line of sight?
No.
No.
No. So he gives this and says this counts as an awakened wildwood in regards to within a list
These three abilities.
these 3 rules.
Gotcha.
which is the strike and fade.
But it technically
healing.
does become obscuring because it's now a place of power. Doesn't matter anyways, it's force.
Yeah.
But
In this case.
in this case,
Yes.
it doesn't matter.
One of the
but
points they were bringing up actually was Paul actually had brought it up. The novels are not once per army, which is why you do that trick. And this specifically says army once.
So
2,
Regardless
4,
of
6,
the
8,
source,
10, 2,
it's
4,
once per
6, 8, 9.
I thought that was good.
Sweet.
Still deploying.
I mean, I just ripped off a Doomfire off my base because this magnet
hey,
decided
I'm all
it's
done.
strongest.
This guy's gonna take another 10 minutes for sure.
Probably. It's a lot of models.
Yeah. Do I go first? Do you go first?
Paul, buddy, I still like your train of thought, and I like where you went, and that's why I'm agreeing with you. Plain and simple. And then you got the power of the Baku backing you up as well, which I also appreciate. We're kind of feeling it out, and obviously the place of power, you're right, has changed to once per army, and it wasn't that way before. But nevertheless, I think you guys nailed it, and I was wrong initially on my first take of it. So good job, and we're playing it that way. So still very, very interesting. And there it is, Daughters still deploying models. This army just goes and goes and goes. I mean, it's the difference between something on paper and something in reality. Moving 80 witches is a heck of a lot of models around the battlefield, or just simply putting it on the table.
Two, 4, 6.
Thank you very much.
No worries. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19.
So I guess the good question is what's easier to cast
20.
for your prayer? -1 wound or your heart? I guess like -1 wound to one target or the heart?
-1 to wound one target is technically easier, but because Cthulhu always generates D3 in her turn, it's actually easier to get the hole within. The heart also stays. So there's a bit of like,
But that's
it's hard to
that's in your
negotiate.
hero phase that does that?
What do you mean?
The D3.
No, enemy.
That's weird. So he generates D3 ritual
Prayer
points
points on your turn.
on my turn.
Correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Why do I have 20 of these like this? Weird. I took too many of the red hats. And then we got
How many priests do you have?
2 priests, 3 prayers.
Gotcha. Her for 2, and then the temple, the chariot for 1.
You got it.
Gotcha. Back up. What you gonna do now?
So with this army, we are using the new battle formation, which returns D3 of these elves back every turn. Every hero is your hero phase. Let's double check that. It's called Coven of Zealots, and it's higher purpose. The elves are all inspired. They just, brush themselves off and get back up. And it is once per turn army, end of any turn. So every turn, they'll be at the end of every turn, returning D3 slain models to each friendly Daughters of Khaine elf infantry units, which is kinda crazy. We'll see. Normally, okay, so before they were relatively fragile, but there's a lot of ways these little ladies can stick around. So, for instance, Sister of Slaughter, which the Daughters of Khaine player is using as a screen, can be neg 1 to hit, neg 1 to wound. And as long as 1 or 2 live, there's a prayer that allows them to move out of combat and then, of course, rally, then to get D3 sisters back. And you can have a unit of you know, 5, 6 sisters right back. Obviously not full 10, but I mean, they're still doing the job, still mucking around, getting in your way. So very, very interesting little timing of abilities and what have you.
Okay. Good luck, have fun.
Yeah. I think it comes down to, do you get off your Mind Razor?
Yes, it does.
Because if you don't, and I get to fight first, I can fuck shit up a little bit. But
Yes, it is.
go ahead, sir.
Okay. Branch switches over there.
Start a turn.
That's fine. Start a turn. Place of power.
Yeah. What? You doing anything with yours?
It's a heal. That's the one that you roll for. The unbind is the one that you do. Okay.
Give something obscuring, heal, or unbind.
I'm gonna give something obscuring, I think.
Okay. So you can pick an objective or a trained piece within 12 of the hero activating the place of power.
Super tempted to go for the objective here. I think. Yeah, I think it's the objective. So that center objective. Let's see if we make it obscuring.
3 up.
No. Anything for you?
I'm going to give him an unbind.
Cool.
Just happens.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm going to make use my once per game ability to make this a wildwood and a place of power.
Makes sense. Starting with casting. Go try cast Mind Razor from her into the Witch Elves.
The redheads or the
Redheads.
Okay.
Nope.
Thank God.
And
Praise be to
now we're going to try and
Lord.
cast for the swords from her. Get it on a 10.
Regular unbind. That's a 7. Got it. Oh, sorry, that's a 6. Okay, so I'm only within unbind range of the Doom, the Warlocks with her.
What's his safe?
Doomfire is going to try and cast the snake. We do on an 8.
I'm going to use my special unbind.
Cool.
+1. That's a 7. You got it.
Cool. Where do you get +1 from? Just so I know.
So he has +1 to all unbinding rolls and banishment rolls, and because my relic is an unbinding roll, it gets +1. Gotcha.
I can't do it now, or I can't do your make damage. Far. Cool. So I have exposure, so that sets me 12. Okay. Now, one thing about the castigator, anything it should sit.
Prayer time.
When something else should
Crethusa is just going to try and go for Sacred Right. Gets 5 points on her. And then she's going to try and go for Shadow Step onto those Witch Elves. Actually, onto the Sisters of Slaughter. Nope, she loses D3 for 2 points. So down to 3. And then Cauldron's going to try and trying to do Shadow Step as well. On same Sister Slaughter. Gets it on a 3. It's the +1.
That's the 6 move thing.
6 move thing.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I gained 2 points for losing failed their charge.
Oh.
Well, when you do your, you have to do your hazardous charge, so I get 5 also. I got it. Nice. AP minus 4. Oh, is it 2 attacks or 1 shot? Oh, 1 shot? Oh, whatever. They both failed? Okay, so
Oh, I had a hero phase thing to do. Handing out a 5-up ward. So they're just going to put it on themselves because I don't get it. Cool. Good talk. I have to remember to do that. Oh, you're still in your hero phase, aren't you?
I am, but
So,
it's fine.
so I didn't mess up.
You would just do it afterwards.
Did it out
It's
of
all
order.
good. I am done my hero phase anyways at this point. So yeah, you're good.
Okay. So I'm gonna cast a spell.
Two fires should be in range. Yeah.
Yeah, you are. I think I want to cast Cogs. So yeah, I'm gonna cast Cogs. Because if I summon a tree, that's just gonna make all your charges easier. And then you'll just fight and kill the tree. So yeah, I'll do Cogs to give -1 to hit. I think that makes sense. There a 5-up save?
5-up save, 6-up save. Sorry, 4-up save with the +1 from the cauldron.
If it's
Wholly within 9.
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna cast Cogs. That's a 6 -1/+1, so that fails because that's a 5.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Cool.
Yeah, me too, but
To movement.
All right, now we head into the Daughters of Khaine movement phase. You're like going, wait a second, he just moved a unit. That's because he has a prayer that allows him to do so in the hero phase. And out of activation movement, the thing could basically allow the movement, the unit to move in any direction, even out of combat. In this case, moved it aggressively, but there is a massive change in tempo, and that was the fact that the Mind Razor was not cast. Now things are a little bit different. He's setting up a screen that's a lot more durable than you think it might be, mostly because it could be -1 to hit and -1 to wound. And now he's just basically positioning for the next turn. Trying not to necessarily get punished, I would imagine, is what he's aiming for. Not to get punished going into a double, because he is, of course, facing that possibility. Being at the top of the turn means his opponent has the ability to double. So he's positioning accordingly, giving himself enough space and interfering with movements and what have you. Mind Razor is such a bonkers spell. When the Daughters of Khaine player does get it off, the unit gets an extra rend and an extra damage to all its weapons. And a unit of witches, even just a little pocket-sized unit of 10 witches, will blend the crap out of almost anything in the game. It's actually bonkers. The army with Mind Razor on and the army without Mind Razor are like almost two different armies, or at least that's what it feels like as the opponent.
start rolling. Castigator first. 7 up. No. Wait, it's a different phase. Yep. Oh, because you can spend miracle dice each phase. Yeah. So I'll actually change that. So now we have a 9. I'm just going to switch it.
Canary. We're just gonna go.
You needed 7. Do it. Miracle dice it again. Roll high.
Oh, they can go back in their box.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to spend that last miracle dice.
Thank you.
Is the shininess distracting?
Yeah.
What is going on with my dice?
14.
Oh, this is anyone's game. This is 4K.
And then for this, you have to be wholly within. It's only wholly within 6.
For me?
Yes. Or is it wholly within 12?
Wholly within 6.
Wholly within 6 for us. Just trying to keep cognizant of the fact that this is now a Wildwood for your teleporting away shenanigans.
Teleporting away, teleporting to.
Yeah. So cool. So cool. No, I didn't any of this.
Oh no!
Sorry. I didn't. For some reason, I brought all 60, and I didn't realize I brought all 60 for no reason. Neither do any of these.
So you can have a spot to sit.
Thank you. Sisters of Slaughter are gonna run. 6 inches, so 7 inches, so 13 inches total range.
You can select one enemy unit within 12 inches and visible of the model. I roll a d6. On a 1, I get 3 mortal wounds. And then on 2 up, you take 1 from your attack. You take some.
All right, as we continue going into the player's movement phase, I just want to give a shout out to everyone watching right now. Welcome to us. If you're new to the channel, well, first off, again, welcome to X Planet Live. We stream games out of a shop located in the lovely city of Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. And basically, we just stream games out of our store. And we try and do this every Wednesday. We try to do 40K on Fridays. This week, no 40K stream. Now, why is that? Well, I will be traveling to Edmonton. And looks like GW has decided to run an event in Canada for the very first time in roughly about 16 years, give or take. So we're all excited, or at least a bunch of us are going, and we are aiming to have a good time on this weekend. I am bringing Magickin to that, and I'll give a shot. I'll shoot my army and post it in the next couple of days for you all to look at and make fun of. I think it's going to be a very, very fun list. You'll know what I'm talking about. And if you're interested in seeing that and more, well, if you could do us some solid and just hit some buttons on your screen, that would just be absolutely lovely. We're trying to close on 2,000 subscribers by at least, I don't know, November, I guess. We'll call November. Maybe that would be fantastic. And for all of you that have hit the buttons, I know it didn't seem like it did a lot, but it meant a lot. Thank you so much for your support. That's all we're asking for, folks. Just hitting imaginary buttons. Nothing getting in your way. No one's trying to put you out. We love all the support from you. And that is the biggest amount of support you give us at this moment. All right. We're also going to be doing some invitationals because we also stream our tournament games. And we had a whole tournament series end off, and we are going to be streaming our AoS invitational. That will happen at the end of this month, if I'm not mistaken. And then we got a 40K invitational happening at the beginning of July. So again, yeah, if you want to kind of accompany us along that, hit some buttons. And make the dings, make the bells go bing bong. Look at this. He's still moving his army. It just never ends. Just constantly moving all these models. And believe it or not, he even had more sisters. I tried to clean up his side, help him out a little bit. And he says he actually brought more sisters than he needed. Can't believe he had like 60 or 80 sisters all painted up. Whew.
Oh, he can? Oh no, he's removed 16 moves, so he's less than half. So, okay, yeah, there.
These witch elves gonna run 1 inch, 8 inches. Sorry, I did this wrong. I'm going to keep that 8, but I'm just going to remove the cauldron first. Because I missed it. Cauldron first. 5 plus 1, so 6 inches, so 12 inches.
Okay, so that's okay. So I get 2. Now, let's take score. So 1. What is this? I get 2. And then you have. Oh no, we already got that. 3 saves right now. 2. Okay. And then just want to see something here.
I can just hold the 9 and you just move. Yeah, so that works.
Cool. They'll be a little out, but these guys will be in. These guys will then move their 8. What? Why are you laughing?
This is funny.
What are you doing?
Do be a
Hiding?
Do be a great dock theme.
What?
Rave girls.
Yeah, 100%.
And
People
then
have done it like the beach theme.
yeah,
Them
it's
holding
just,
stuff.
like the knives are all glow sticks, and
Devil sticks to rub.
The blood shrines are all like DJ, like
DJ oriented.
like EDM,
Love that.
like DJ sets.
I'm gonna spend a CP to auto 6 the.
The snake has headphones on.
Oh, I love that. Auto 6 the.
The life takers are all like Coachella
chick-
outfits.
Oh, I could totally see it.
Yeah.
12. Actually, could get me within an inch.
The only problem is that you would need to order like 1 million transfers of like tiny butterflies for tramp stamps.
That'd be really actually funny. So it should still be within an inch. Jesus. Okay.
So the things that are not within an inch is this guy and
No, she's
these
still
two.
within the range because of the branch here. Can't see it, but there's a branch right between these two.
Is
That's sticking out.
is distance cylindrical or is distance literal?
What does that mean?
Like cylindrical? Like is the forest an infinite cylinder? Like does that have to be within 1 inch of your actual model, or is it 1 inch from the base to the cylinder?
Like any part of the model.
Yeah.
It's the same thing like with the boat, or even your forest with your
Yeah.
trees, right? You would measure distance horizontally, right?
Yeah.
So, am I within 3 inches? Yes, I'm within 3 inches of your leaf. That's the idea. It's always the way that you measure it. This chick.
Anywhere in my. It's like yours when you have to plant the bombs.
Oh, well, that reminded me. Plant bombs happens on.
In your. Yeah. And I think that is also the reason where I'm going to shoot. I put those guys there. Can't move. Is he able to? He's not within the engagement range from this. Yeah, but if you move him back this way. This is amazing. Oh, okay. So.
The Daughters of Khaine players being super careful, mostly because of what the cauldrons can provide. One big one, of course, is the Cauldron of Blood, with units wholly within 12 inches of it on a die roll of 3+, getting a 5-up ward. And this is any hero phase, so it can be the enemy hero phase as well. And 5-up ward is a very, very big deal. The other Cauldron, I believe, can give extra attack. Let's double check just to make sure. It has to be wholly within 12, and on a die roll of 3+, get an additional attack.
Or with a 12. Or with a 12. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's where it should go. All right. Cool. On to you.
I got nothing.
I'm just scoring total on the primary.
So
for
you're,
hold one, hold
you're
two, hold
scoring
one.
10, and then you score Wrathful Cycles for 5.
Oh, Wrathful Cycles.
You have Wrathful Cycles, do you not?
No, Master the Path.
Oh, you have Master the Path.
Yeah, Master the Path and
Never
Scouting
mind.
Force.
Never mind. That's Kill a Hero, right?
Yeah, kill a hero, and this one is
Yeah. What did I select?
hold more. I thought we were doing the same one, no?
That's why I thought so too.
Because Wrathful Path requires you to be underdog, right? while also then controlling all the objectives.
So you selected Scouting Force and Master the Paths. I selected Master the Paths and so I'm wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So Doc, scoring 10. Around 1. Just because of the primaries. And on to you.
Okay. Start a turn. I'm going to go for the healing option because I want to roll a 1. So do you know what a 1 does?
Yeah, one more wound to everything. That's really funny.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Give me a 1. Ah, shucks.
I'm gonna go for how many casts do you have?
I have
right?
4.
I could go for an unbind here. I think the plan was to make that obscuring though. She is within 30 of both. Yeah? Mm-hmm. And that's within 30 of all 3. I don't mind giving it up. I'm gonna make that objective
Obscuring?
obscuring. That's the word. I do. It's obscuring. You can't see them now. What?
Yeah. Shooting army?
It is a big, big deal, and obviously is commenting on shooting armies. And once it's obscured, folks, that objective is now obscured for the rest of the game. So that's also very, very important.
Start off with probably the most important thing to do, which is summon a tree.
Let's see it.
Okay, so you have 4 unbinds.
Three.
You have 3 unbinds.
Because I can't use it multiple times. I had to either make that obscuring or get the unbind.
Oh, right. You have 3. Okay, so I'm going to try and summon a tree with my Warsong Revenant, so +1. That's a 6. That's enough.
Try to unbind. You got it.
Hey!
Match it with a 6.
I got a tree!
No.
I heard you like easy charges.
I love being immediately in combat.
Yes.
My favorite.
I just want 12-inch fuckery.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
A 1 would be really good on her, and a 1 would be really good on her because that would be a buff. It doesn't need a number of values.
Wow, I'm in combat. Okay, and I am wholly within 18, very much so. Okay. Next spell,
You're
+1
within
rend.
an inch though, no?
So I need to be 1 inch away from you.
Is it also 1 inch away from your models?
It's 1 inch away from enemies, enemy models and terrain.
All right, then you're fine. There's definitely a way you can do this. There, you're good. And there, you're good. Yeah.
Okay. Next, I'm going to cast a +1 rend on that forest. That's an 11.
Ugh, I don't like it. Fine, take it. I can't unbind it.
Well, you could. You could roll a 12.
Yeah, it's not like that.
Okay. So, Sylvaneth units wholly within 12, a +1 rend.
Cool. Start next turn?
Until my next turn, yes. My next hero phase. If there's no difference, but yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. That's 2 spells here. I got 2 more spells. I am going to cast Anti-Horde from here, targeting something. Is that 6 inches? I don't think it is. That looks a little short.
No, you're a little short.
I can't see them, even though I'm within 3 inches of them.
Guys, I believe what they're talking about when they're talking about the ranges from the tree is the trees technically do not have a base. They have, I guess, a crescent. I know it's kind of like splitting hairs, but technically they do not have a base, neither does terrain. And because terrain typically is the whole model, they chose to measure from tips of branches. I believe that is the point they're making. And I'm certainly not going to interfere with it. If both guys are in full agreement, then I am cool with it as well.
So I get to pick a unit wholly within 12. That unit gets +1 a wound, and that affects companion weapons.
God.
Sir!
No.
That was rude.
That's it for your base?
Ward. I'm going to give award to. They're going to give award to
Themselves, probably.
themselves, or no, it's themselves. They got a 5-up ward. Cool. And I believe that is my hero phase. Yes. Cool. Okay.
On to me. I'm going to pray. First, before praying, actually, I'm going to see how many points I get from Kurthus's D3. She gets 3, putting her to 6. And then I'm going to pray for the -1 to wound. Prayer onto
That's the whole thing, right? 'Cause they
the unit of witch elves.
They just run up and wave their hands in the air.
Goes off. So everything now wholly within 12 of those witch elves is -1 to wound.
Which is
These ones.
these ones. Okay. So it targets the unit.
Targets the unit. Yeah.
These guys are barrel stuff in both.
Now it doesn't affect the big gals, the big things, but it does affect everything here.
Okay. Well, that blows. Okay. Is that your hero phase?
That was for CP. This puts me down to 2.
So that -1 to wound is for elf infantry units,
Infantry units, so it's basically everything here.
except for your two.
The 2 things.
And your cavalry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna advance my dominion systems. The ones on the objective next
Nope.
to the. Those are gonna
Okay.
6 plus D6.
I need to hurt something, because otherwise I'm just going to get fucking mobbed.
A little bit.
Okay, I'm going to. So they're -1 to hit and -1 to wound right now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're engaged. They're within engagement.
Yeah, wait, I have to. All hands.
I'm going to run these bugs.
Like, depending on what you have to move back to.
Going 3, so 15.
There we go. So we're just gonna like go for it. Daisy chain around.
So is that a 3?
Thank you.
Wait. These guys,
Okay, so they can. 15 gets them right outside 3.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, they did. I just had to do that. I just had to do that. Does it? Because you can't retreat.
Oh, we're gonna.
Two, so 8.
and then strength 6 or you are
3.
what? There's the one there.
I am going.
So let's talk about bugs. More specifically, those dragonflies you see on the actual screen itself. These guys got some very interesting adjustments to their war scroll. More or less, their stats are about the same. I would have to compare. Sorry, folks, I don't know them by heart. But their passive is referred to as Forest Fighters, and this unit has a currency of 2 inches, so that's nice. I don't think that's necessarily new. But the once per turn army, any hero phase, the Elementary Life Energies, declare, pick a visible friendly Sylvaneth unit wholly within 12 inches of this unit to be the target. Roll a dice. On a 3+, the target has a 5-up ward for the rest of the turn. Yes, 5-up ward. So there's those 6 dragonflies right there, and that is 30 wounds with a 4+ save and a potential 5-up ward, because they can pick themselves. Not too shabby.
Yep, you good?
No.
So now I'm not half range.
Correct. But still staying outside of 9 of me, right?
Yes. Thank you. What's your faction ability?
What do you mean? Like my battle formation?
Yeah, battle formation.
Battle formation is +1 to a D3 back every end of every turn.
Okay, so
Super models back at the end of the turn.
yeah, they have 2 wounds each.
2 wounds each.
Okay, that's
They don't qualify. It's only elf units, so it's only the infantry.
Yeah.
They don't count.
cool.
They just have the fight and then we run away.
That's hilarious. Okay. I am going to run Balthanos.
Oh, Eden. That's it.
You have 3 CP? You have 2 CP.
2 CP.
Okay, running Balthanos. Going 3, so going 15.
Yeah. No info. No.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the one I deployed. Okay, so first things first. Heavy bolters, all 3 of them are going to go here. Heavy bolters are all 3 are going to go there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Storm bolters, all there. Battle cannon and battle cannon.
I know. You're giving me the look, I know.
Start off with those.
Hee hee. I'm just debating like tee hee.
On 3s.
Running charges, dragonflies, Balthanos.
I'll pick that in the
declare it
charge
afterwards.
phase.
I'm just
Yeah. Yeah. It's a pretty good guess.
So those are strike 5. It's 3 for those guys, right? Yeah. Okay, so
that one not so sure.
I'm not so sure, yeah.
6 damage, 18 damage to the boys there. Okay.
Oh, man, so I need AP minus 2?
Like,
Okay, so like 6 up, 6 saves?
you're such a problem. Such a problem.
So
I have one shot, one opportunity to do everything I
Mom
ever wanted
spaghetti.
in one moment.
Yeah, these
Are
guys.
you gonna capture it?
Yeah. Yo.
It's always gonna come down to this.
Yeah.
The good news is if we finish this quickly, we can re-rack.
Cocky bastard running this guy.
No, it's not because I'm cocky.
6.
It's because I know I made a huge mistake here.
Do you see?
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're gonna try and do. It makes perfect sense what you're doing.
4.
It's gonna be bad. Unless something incredible happens, which it very much could right now.
That wound is to your next hero phase, right? The
Yes.
Minus 1?
Yeah.
Running these ones.
Yeah.
5.
I saw you guys leave. I was like,
so now this battle cannon.
Well,
All right, as the Sylvaneth player continues with the move, what are they potentially talking about? I'm not 100% certain, but it might involve Balthanos. Why am I saying that? Well, Balthanos has a very interesting ability. On a 3+, he can inflict D3 mortal wounds to the unit and then reposition himself anywhere around that unit as long as he lands within 1 inch. I like calling it the grasshopper move, and that's basically what it is. He just grasshoppers. Now, depending on his charge, it could mean he gets to place in very interesting spots that the Daughters of Khaine player might be appreciating. How's that? Now, Cthulhu is located way in the back. If he executes a really big charge, he might be able to clip her. But, I mean, that's a big charge. That's like easily a 12-inch charge. Now, what am I talking about? Let's see if we can get an angle here on her. All right. So, Balthanos is the little building that we see over here. There he is. Dun, da, da, da. So he could land right beside these sisters and then potentially clip that that cauldron. Or if he really rolls high enough, he can hit the cauldron and then grasshopper to a different cauldron. And if he rolls really, really high, he could go from where he is right now all the way to here. If he makes it to there, well, folks, on a 3+, he'll grasshopper right beside Cthulhu and maybe take her out. Now, here's the thing. Everything I just said has a massive opportunity cost. What do I mean by that? The deeper he goes into the enemy line, the more isolated Balthanos gets. I am not 100% certain it is worthwhile sending Balthanos into the enemy lines that deeply. And maybe, guys, he's not even thinking of that at all. He might just be satisfied maybe just doing a little, as much work as he can with Balthanos, and maybe his target is to simply just eliminate resources using these dragonflies to lift those Khaine that's on that objective right over there, and maybe clip those unit of warlocks on steeds and maybe take them out as well. Who knows? I'm not in his head, but dealing with these sisters at the center of the board is going to be difficult. We'll see what happens.
So they call it divine guidance.
So that's the 12 for there. So I can't actually physically get that close. So yeah, I'm gonna go this way.
So that's 5, 3, 6, 7, 8. Nice.
So if you, okay, this I know, I need to language on this here. So basically, once per battle, when an attack is allocated to this model, change the damage characteristic of that attack.
I'm not gonna commit her. That doesn't make
So if you have
sense.
multiple,
Once per battle.
Or does it?
like so that if you're doing multiple dice,
Yeah. So the best bet would probably be to do that when I shot Hunter kill.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
If he survives the battle kit,
Fuck it, we ball.
it'll be pretty crazy.
Okay, so then that's like, it's like a one-shot thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
So now we're hitting on 3s.
that's my movement phase. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, Mark. I don't know what I'm doing.
It means I don't have an all-out defense. Do I care? No.
Now they're AP minus
It's fine. It's fine.
that thing, and then the AP.
I don't think I saved the cauldron with that, but I might save the cauldron with that. Shoot 15 with the reroll would be cute. You can only strike and fade with how many units?
1.
1. Okay.
So basically, it's power through and strike and fade are the two things that will
That you could potentially do here. So power through and strike and fade. Yeah, you'll be able to power through with that unit anyways. Okay, so that makes my life easy. As far as that outside of 3, I could potentially close this off with them.
So 2 attacks, right? 2 attacks, and here, roll 3 dice at a time.
And then you do flippy flip, and then you can just power through with them, and then you just do the teleport with them. So it doesn't actually matter in either context. That's fine. Okay. So we're not going to do anything on redeploy. On shooting.
Okay, I got only one thing I can really shoot with. So I'm going to shoot, and I'm going to hit these girls. Cool. So I got 7 shots. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. Yep. Okay. 6 wounds, -1.
6 ups. Save 2.
2 damage each.
So 8 damage total.
6 wounds.
Burp. Burp. Wards. Save 1, so 3 dead, 1 with wound.
Overcharging it. Or actually, yeah, overcharging it. 1 shot on the 2. 3. Strike 8.
Okay, that's my shooting.
Cool. I'm going to counter shoot into Balthanos.
Okay.
I'm going to roll for my thing. It's automatic.
Oh, is this the Medusa?
This is, yeah, from her.
Okay.
So it's 15 inches. She rolls equal to or under.
So you're obscured. So
I'm not. I just checked.
You're outside an inch.
I'm outside inch.
Oh, Okay.
with her. That's what I was just checking. Because I messed this up.
Oh, I thought.
Because I literally couldn't. You can see, I was measuring this just now. This is the edge of this.
Yeah.
Whoa, fuck, I just moved this. But here is where it was.
Oh.
And I literally can't get within an inch because of where I
God.
placed the witch elves.
Goddamn. Okay.
So, rolling equal to or under your wound characteristics.
Wait. So this is so this is your shooting ability, and then you're shooting how many shots?
4 shots. 4s, 3s, but I reroll all the hits.
Okay. So
And it will be also exploding 6s. Ren 2, 3 damage each.
Ren 2.
Yeah.
4s are rolling failed hits.
Yes,
Okay.
with crit 2 hits.
Okay. I'm gonna all out defense.
Cool. So I roll. This is a spiritual roll. There you go. It works because it's automatic on him because he's 14 wounds. So 4 sacks, 4 shots. I get 2 crit hits. I get to reroll that. So I get 6 hits. Wounding on 3s. For 4. Ren 2.
So 4.
4 Ren 2.
So it becomes Ren 1. So 4s. Pass 2, fail 2. 6 damage.
6 damage.
God damn. I totally thought you were obscured.
I did too, and then I double checked it and I went, oh, I fucked myself.
Okay.
Because with this branch, you can see the branch is sticking out through here. With this peg here, I'm not able to get within range.
Okay. Cool beans. So charge phase. So I'm gonna pick 3 units to run charge with. Balthanos, them, and the bugs.
Cool.
So we're gonna go with the bugs first.
Yep.
Going 5.
Definitely possible.
So now she's down 2 wounds. Now we can right? And oh, by the way, fun fact: when you random miracle dice on a buff, it doesn't count as an active fate, so you can still substitute dice for yourself.
Does killing that unit really matter? Not really.
And then I'm going to give her the special keyword Raptor's Blow. So each time this model is selected to light, you can discard 1 miracle dice. If you do, until the end of the phase, each time a
I just took those dice away. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry? Oops. I took the dice away.
is
For what? Sorry?
The Holy Within 12 for Balthanos.
Oh, okay. Here.
so hang on to this. That's every dice. And that's a lethal. And then strength 4. No, so just 1. And that's 1 mortal wound.
Oh, it's a mortal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm going to take a moment to actually talk about Drycha because she's going to probably commit into combat as well. Drycha's got some pretty neat abilities. One happens in the hero phase, the specific player's hero phase, I might add. It's called Twisted Spirit Song. It's pick a visible friendly Sylvaneth unit wholly within 12 inches of this target of this unit to be the target. Then make a casting roll of 2d6. I am not 100% sure he got it off. Until the start of your next turn, add 1 to the wound rolls. So I'll ask, and more importantly, is add to the wound rolls of combat attacks, including companion weapons, which is pretty hot, pretty amazing when you're talking those dragonflies. Really good because those dragonflies have sharpened mandibles that get an extra damage on the charge. So they could do some really gross stuff in combination with themselves. And then also as a reaction, opponent declared a charge ability for the unit within 18 inches of this unit. Here it's called Vicious Spite Swarms. Your opponent must pick one of the following. Avoid the swarm and subtract D3 from the charge roll. In addition, if your opponent re-rolls the charge roll, subtract D3 from that roll. And then, or pick charge through the swarm, subtract 1 from the to-hit rolls for that unit's attacks for the rest of the turn, and add 1 to the to-hit rolls for attacks that target the unit. And this is a rampage ability. So really cool. This just happens, and then your opponent picks between those two things, either subtracting from the charge roll or subtracting 1 from hits. And I just think that's absolutely awesome.
Yay!
Drika. Drika's in. And then I'm gonna do
A bit more space.
the tree revs. 8. So not a good idea.
Did Dredge get off or spill?
No,
No.
failed it.
He unbound it,
I unbound it.
to be more precise.
Nice, nice, nice.
I rolled an 8 and he got a 10. The disrespect.
Unbound.
Everything you love.
Yeah.
Hardly. He got his tree. If he didn't get his tree off, this would be a very different tale.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well,
No, I mean, it's the same thing. Yeah. Mind Razor versus. Yeah. Difference is that's unlimited.
Okay. So charge. That's charges.
Yep.
You don't got any charges.
Nope.
And then combat abilities. Cool. I got a bunch. 3 up, no commands.
Yep.
So if you wipe out these two squads.
No commands.
Cool.
Balthanos flippity flop. Does not flip flop. My tree doing mortal wounds. Does not do mortal wounds. And that's combat abilities. And then
Yeah, I have mine. So +1 to attacks onto the Sisters of Slaughter. Nope. And she's not in combat. Nothing else.
okay, I go first.
Where are you going first?
Well, I want to go first and try and kill your chariot, but then the Sisters of Slaughter get to go, and they'll fuck up something. So if I go with Drika into them and try and pick a bunch up before you get to do anything, it's not going to be enough. And then you get to move, and you can block me from hitting your temple, and this is kind of why I did this. So I'm gonna just go for it.
Just go with Balthanos?
Yeah, because it's either I move back and just put everything into here and just be very conservative, and just pray I get a double, or I try and take that thing out because that gives you a bunch of bonuses. Because I'll have -3, so you won't get a save unless you all defense, and then you get a 6 up. And then I'll probably have to all-out attack. And you got 14 wounds?
12 wounds.
12 wounds. So you'll have a 6 up ward and a 6 up save.
Yeah.
So
It's gonna be rough. So I was hoping to do enough damage to Balthanos to make this really regret it. So it's
Yeah.
like 12 damage and you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. That was the hope.
you know what? I'm just gonna live life a little bit. Okay, so piling in
Just get within 3.
within 3.
You know where this is going. All defense.
I'm gonna all-out attack, which -1 save blows. Let's just see how life is. Okay, so this is 2s and 3s. Good thing I all attacked. Whoa, come on. 2, -3.
2, -3, 6 ups. Nothing.
6 damage.
6 damage so far.
3s.
So 1 miss.
3, yeah, 1 miss. 2s.
3.
Yep.
Rend.
2.
5. Save nothing.
9 more damage.
Ouch. So 6, 3, 9.
So 15 damage. Thank you.
Dead.
Oh. That was
Almost.
so much risk.
Almost. If I had made a single 5, that would have been nice.
Yeah.
5 up save. All right.
Okay, good sir. Do the thing I know you're going to do. Or try to do.
Oh, okay. So that's
Something really to do. Nothing really crazy. You can always teleport out right now anyway, so you're fine there. You can potentially just bring back a guy here. Can you still heal D3? Yeah, you heal D3. No matter what. So, might as well just try and hurt more of Balthanos, I guess. Still staying wholly on the objective. Don't want to lose the obscuring.
So like everyone but 2 guys or 3 guys will be able to hit him?
No, I'll be a lot less out. A lot more out, I should say. So I should just do this. Hurt. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She can't move there. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Into here.
Into the infantry?
Is the infantry, and then everything else into them.
So, all right, he's obviously hoping to try and delete Balthanos in return for, in exchange, I should say, for that cauldron. That cauldron, I believe, was the one providing the 5-up ward save. So that's a big, big loss. Interesting call on the Sylvaneth player, playing a lot more risky. We'll see if it pays off. Power through 14-inch move. If he wants to play with fire, he could potentially get him the 4-inch move into that forest. And being in that forest at the bottom right-hand corner would allow him to have a -1 to hit. Or he could play it super safe and just go fade back into his lines. Drycha almost certainly will take the path, meaning she'll teleport away as well. Or he'll teleport the dragonflies away. I think that's probably the call because dragonflies are probably one of his most valuable hammers.
After this, and 4s for just 3, and then we got 10 more dice. This should be 10. 2, 3s, and 4s for 3. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 3, 8 total.
4s?
Yeah, you got a bunch of other ones.
I live with 1 wound.
Oh my god.
That's why I was like, what the fuck?
Amazing.
Okay.
Sisters of Slaughter almost just went, kill him, I'm killing you.
Well, I mean, that was 8 dice on 4s. In fact, I only saved 1.
That's pretty insane.
Okay. Bugs?
Onto you? Yeah. Jesus.
Okay, so 12 inches from here. Is that. And the back of your base is here.
Yeah, you got it.
So I'm just going to go boop, within 3, boop, within 3, and then these guys. So it's going to be 2 and 4, I think.
Yeah.
Do I want to do that? You only have 3 wounds here. I'm going to do 5 and 1.
Cool.
So I'm still wholly within 12, so I have +1 rend. So there are 3 attacks each because I did not get the spell off. So I'll do the 1 into the Khaine.
Yep.
So the champion is this guy, so he's into there. So
Makes
doing
sense.
the 1 into the Khaine. This is 3s and 4s. 6s are crit mortal. 2 hits. 1 wound, -2, 2 damage. And then the bug.
-2 goes through.
Yeah, so 2 damage so far.
damage so far.
Bug is 4s. 3s. 2 more, -1, 2 damage.
Goes through. So 8 damage, they're dead.
6 damage.
Is it 6 damage on?
Yeah, because it's
Oh, okay.
2, 2, 2. So it was 6 damage total.
Then I roll it. 6s. Did it.
Okay, so now we
And then the 5, so this is 16 attacks.
So, give me a second.
This is 3s and 4s, 6s are crit mortal.
It's, you go because that's your charge. If it's ongoing, then
Right, if we had multiple going, then
These will be into the Warlocks, and almost certainly we'll see the Warlocks evaporate here. Interesting little thing happening between all the attacks from Balthanos and then the attacks into Balthanos. Both of them are playing Master the Paths and Scouting Force. The Sylvaneth player just actually unlocked its first affray, and that is cut off the head. It did actually kill a hero. So he's going to be sitting pretty at, I believe, 13 points. I'm not sure if he controls that objective way off where his hand is right now in the screen. I don't know if he controls that. If he does, he would score 10 on primary and then be at 15 points. If he does not, he'll be at 13 points.
one lives.
And then it's all me.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to go with Draika. So she's got 10 attacks. So I'm -1 to hit, -1 to wound. I believe.
Sorry?
I'm -1 to hit and -1 to wound.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be 4s and 3s instead of 3s and 2s. 6s are crit 2 hits.
This is with who?
Draika.
How many attacks does she have?
10.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yes, that makes sense.
So 1 extra hit.
Yep.
3s. So that is 10 damage, no ward. Cool. Because you're within 12 of
Yeah,
war.
What's within 12 of the war song? I still got to roll for the saves, though. 5 of them?
It's -3.
Doesn't matter. I do mortal wounds back.
Oh, right.
5 of them?
Yes.
1 mortal wound back.
Okay. 6 up. Cool.
So I lose 10 of them. Wholly within 12. Just going to be this basically this first roll here. 1, 2, 4,
3, yeah, 3 almost, but here.
6, 7.
Whoop. Okay. And then the Revenants.
Wait, I do get a command point though, right?
So you're D3 back. Is there any conditions to it, or is it just D3 models back?
Just do D3 models back. That's it.
And wait, you said
Yeah, fuck.
I didn't on Overwatch, but I had 1. Okay, so I'm back down to 0. Alright. Now it's time for command. Yoko dice? 3.
So that's all that can really hit, and then this guy is just coming around. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 times 3 is 24, plus 1. And you're outside 12 now?
Yep.
Cool, so you have a swipe.
All right, those samurai you see on your screen right now are actually Spite Revenants. And Spite Revenants have a very, very cool ability. They deny the unit the ability to use commands while within 3 of them, while engaged with them. So, interesting. With that pile, he could potentially take over that center objective, assuming Drycha sticks around as well, adding a little bit more OC. Again, we'll almost certainly see that building, also known as Balthanos, power through and get the heck out of Dodge. He definitely doesn't want to be mixing with sisters, hanging out with 1 wound only. All right. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Just checking out some of the actual chats. Mike Fleet asking the very, very important question of whether he still owes me lunch. I'm going to say yes. Fleet, you owe me lunch. Absolutely. I don't know why, but let's just say yes.
I'm not wholly within 12 anyways. So let's go 1, 2. Cool.
That's all my attacks. So we're on end of turn. So I'm going to strike and fade with Balthanos.
Makes sense.
And
So Strike and Fade is a special Sylvaneth ability. He kept it within the aura of the tree because he had to be within there. He had to be wholly within 12 of it. So that allows him to teleport to another tree. And he has to land wholly within the aura of that tree. And that increases depending on the amount of trees. And of course, he has a tree in his back line as well.
Stormbolters. Might as well just go into that. Yeah, and then the rest, everything into there.
yeah, I'm cool with that.
They can't shoot.
Okay, so now powering through. So with them onto this for my last CP. You take 3 mortals.
Cool. 3 6-ups. Take some 3.
Okay, I then get to move 5.
Love the use of these spite revs, man. So he gets to power through because he has more wounds than the sisters that were there. And now he gets to drop a nice... Well, he gets all this free movement, and he could still remain within 3 of the enemy as well. But it gives him an opportunity to reform and form. Look at that beautiful wall so that Drycha doesn't eat a whole bunch of knives to the face.
And then I can do my the bludgeoning effect. So I'm picking the remnants because they're within 3 of a terrain feature.
Makes sense.
I get wounds equal to a d6 back. So I need to roll at least above a 2.
You got it.
And I cannot place this.
Can't place it in combat, right?
I'm
don't
already
think
in
so.
combat. How I
But you
can't
place it
tag.
to
I can't tag
another
additional.
unit. Correct.
Yes.
And this shouldn't be in combat either. Yeah.
No, they should not. I,
You know what? I'll go by his anyway. So that way that guy can just be kind of like shielded. So I'll be rolling 4s.
Cool. And healing. So healing D3. Healing D3 on Balthanos for 2. And I believe that's all the wounds I have. So that's that. So I strike and fade, I powered through, I healed. That should be all my end of turn stuff.
D3 back
Yeah.
for 3.
And Stormbolter will just forfeit that. Now, anything that shoots the high turret.
Well, I threaded the fucking needle there.
So now it's that second D6 plus 3 shots.
Oh, and I swore.
There it is.
Damn it.
Bad.
Damn it.
Go into the swear jar, sir. You're fine.
So I hold 2 objectives. So I score 8. And then I do not score.
If I want
that.
to bring you back, I gotta put you into
I
scaring. This doesn't matter.
I did kill an enemy hero, didn't I?
Go there. You did.
I'm at 13 points.
Nice. Do you not have hold more?
I don't, because I only hold 2. I didn't start on this, and I don't hold it.
I only have 1, so you do hold more.
Oh, sorry. That's
yeah,
a
you're
great
15.
point. That's a great point. 15.
Because I've lost this and I've lost this. Yeah. So you do have hold more. So it should put you up to 15. And I is underdoggy.
And then Pariah.
Pariah roll. 5.
2.
Absolutely going to take it. Because I mean, only shot to kind of survive here. So
What? You could definitely not take it. You could definitely not take it.
Don't have to pick any tactic. So jumping in, we got Pereira's.
I think I feel like I was being a little bit clever with this.
Just to remind you, buddy, at the start of the battle round, you have defense of the realm.
Cool. Oh right, I picked the pairs. Right.
Maybe
Yeah.
this one.
Maybe this one.
We don't know.
Maybe this one. Yeah.
It could be It has to be.
A pair.
It could be the pair. So it could be this one and this one, or it could be this one and this one.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
To my understanding, yes.
Yes. So it's gonna be
Oh wait. Oh no. I meant to put that into the.
And that's
this one and this one.
once per battle round, start of the battle round.
Correct.
So it's, I believe, after priority.
After prio is figured out. Yeah.
That's why.
Thank you. Yeah. So I'm going to use that ability for the underdog. It's what is it called? Defense of the realm on this and on that.
Cool.
Give me +1 rend into stuff that's, as long as I'm contesting that objective, that works.
AP minus 4 now.
Cool. Dreich's monster can't benefit from it. Oh! So is Balthanos. How close are we? We are 21 inches away. 21?
On to the charge phase.
Yeah, 21 inches away. I move 6 and shoot 15. No, I'm just gonna be out. That's a bummer. Because that's there.
You won't. You have to stay
No.
outside 3 of my dudes. That's what's going to stop you.
Yeah. That's fine. I'll shoot Dreicher off. Potentially shoot Dreicher off the table. I got those annoying beetles to deal with. If I get stuff off, I'll go and deal with them. If I don't get stuff off, I'll leave them the fuck alone. I'll leave them alone. Sorry. Oops. I will leave them alone. So, casting. Starting with Mind Razor onto the.
Who's casting? Oh, the only wizard you have left.
Only
right.
wizard I have left. Right.
I remember I did that.
Yeah, you did that. Cruel, cruel man. Movement 6. Yeah, that's more than enough. I don't have to do it onto them. I could do it onto them. It's not needed. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to try and cast Mind Razor again on the redheads. No, I can't ever cast it. All right, well, that ruins everything. Run and charge. Yeah, run and charge on those witch elves.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to do place of power.
Oh, right, same Z's. Place of power. I'm going to try and make.
Hitting on 4s, but
This terrain piece obscuring on a 3-up.
Okay.
2 more sustained.
No.
I'm going to do healing.
Cool.
Balthanos heals 3.
And I also heal, but I'm not within reach. I'm nothing injured there. So.
Well, no. So it's
In both places of power. Every place of power, it does. Yes, every single one. Absolutely. I know it does. It works for every place of power, no? Or does it only work for the damage?
It's only for the damage. So inflict 1 damage of any places of power, but on a 3-up, wholly within the target. So when you do, if you do the 3-up, it's heal 2. So I don't heal 3.
No,
so I
you
heal
heal
2, but wholly within 6 of the target.
Yeah.
But for the damage, it's every place of power. So I
Okay.
heal 2.
Cool.
Oh, I
just
should.
go.
I'm also going to rally. Sorry. Oh, sorry. It's your hero phase.
It's still my hero phase, bro. I still get to do things. All right, I'm just going to
It's a 4-up state and a 4-up impulse.
heal. Do that. Run charge. I guess run charge. Gonna go for run charge. Get it off on a 8.
I'm going to use my relic unbind. That's an 11. You take 4.
2, because it's not modified, is it? Does it count on modifier?
Yeah, it counts the modifier.
Okay, so then it's just 3.
So it's 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because 11 to 8. Yeah, 3.
Ward 1 takes 2.
Isn't that fun?
No. I'd like something off. Crethusa is going to pray for Exaltation on Murder onto the redheads. Does get it off on a 5, sorry. She's going to put it on them for +1 to wound.
0 damage? Yep. Oh, I pressed back up? Yeah. may give you this. So I have.
And then we're gonna go for her War Scroll Prayer.
So Synapse.
Goes off on a 3. I'm gonna give them the no commands within 3. Do you have a ward now?
I do 6 up.
6 up from him, right? Onto these guys?
From this, she radiates.
Oh
6
right,
up
you
ward,
can also give them a 5 up.
and then this is as a 5 up.
I'll do the turn off ward. -1 to ward.
Oh, it does both?
I can pick which one it wants to do. So there's a -1 to ward. -1. It's -1 to ward. There's -1 to no commands within 3. And then there's the third ability that I'm forgetting right now.
So no commands,
which is no weapon abilities.
can't be
that's what it is.
affected, subtract 1 from ward rolls.
Yes. Cool. So no weapon abilities there. So I'm going for the -1 to ward onto them. And casting. I could rally something. Not going to. Cool, that's it for me.
Okay, I am going to. Well, 3 up ward on the bugs. They do not have a ward.
Okay. Perfect. So only a 6 up from them.
And then I'm going to. Do I rally Balthanos? So you can't shoot him, we've established that.
Yeah, I'm too far away.
You could get in and charge. You do not have run and charge.
No, I don't know how much.
So you're going to move 6 and charge?
Yeah, basically.
I don't think you're going to reach Balthanos' turn.
No.
So I don't think I need to rally him then.
Okay.
So I'll cast a spell though.
Okay.
She's going to cast. This, because -1 to hit is nice. Yeah, we'll do that. That's a 9.
What is this?
I'm casting cogs with her.
Oh, -1 to hit on wizards. Got it. You got it on a 9 on the dice?
+1. I have +1 to cast.
Oh, right.
Spell singer.
Yeah. You're good.
So, boom, spell. Use its ability. Wizards wholly within 12 are -1 to be hit. So that includes Draika.
You do have to be wholly within. Oh no, you're good. You're within 3.
I have.
Yeah, you're good.
Do 2 in order to.
Cool. Into movement. And down to
You get your SPP.
3.
All right, as we head into movement, that was a absolutely critical hero phase for the Daughters of Khaine player. He needed a lot more of his abilities to go off to position and really take advantage of this turn. It is the casino nature of Daughters of Khaine. Man, when they execute those abilities, it's like they could just delete the universe. Without them, though, things get super, super rough for them. So no Mind Razor. They did get one of the buffs off. I believe it was like a +1 to wound or +1 attack. I can't exactly remember which. But it went from potentially dealing with those dragonflies to the far left to now just ignoring them and jamming for that middle and potentially, well, for his sake, deleting the unit of Spite Revs, I guess. But I don't know if he's going to be able to position himself well enough to get rid of Drycha. He had some plans to potentially shoot him, and we might see that still, and maybe execute some really, really long charges and pile in, and then maybe finish off Drycha. I guess we'll find out in the next few moments. But this is a start of round 2, and definitively the Sylvaneth player gets to go after the Daughters of Khaine player. So that's also weighing on the Daughters of Khaine player's mind. And yeah, he's got to watch his spacing, protect his cauldrons. That's going to be tough. That is going to be tough. Balthanos still hungrily skulking in the shadows at the back of the table. That guy moves 14 inches. At the end of this round, he'll heal D3, potentially rally even some more, and get back up. He could then potentially grasshopper and assassinate the other cauldron as well. So he's got to watch. He's just got to watch his spacing. The Sylvaneth player can now move to seize the paths. And what does that mean? He completes his battle tactic if there are more friendly units in neutral territory than the enemy. This battle plan does not have neutral, so he's now looking at the second paragraph. If there is no neutral territory in the battle plan you are playing, you complete this battle tactic at the end of your turn if there are no enemy units within friendly territory. Okay, we will look at the table right now, and currently, unless the Daughters of Khaine player kind of inserts himself on the other side of the table, potentially the Sylvaneth player could score Master of the Paths at the end of his turn, and potentially scoring another 15 points. We'll see what happens. But things are looking pretty darn good. We'll see what happens at the end of this turn, but looking pretty darn good for Sylvaneth.
Named after the South Park character. Tim. That's great. Anyway.
I haven't watched South Park. Is this still on?
Yeah. Spike Revenants are awesome. They're like the Sylvaneth version of Witch Elves. It's great.
And then Tally was like, is this his partner or something? What's in it? Like,
Spy Revenants?
Yeah.
They're okay.
3 attacks each, crit mortal. 3 up, no commands. 20 wounds for 160 points.
yeah, that was good.
It's pretty tasty.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it's gonna charge?
Yeah. I'm excited to include the 2 units of Twist-a-Weld. However you pronounce that name.
Yeah. Okay, so then he spikes first anyway.
Fucking terrain.
So,
Nightmare.
imagine I just get that whole one. I have that kind of luck. Okay, so 6 attacks.
So the redheads with a -1 to wound.
6 and 2 up.
No, -1 to wound. They're +1 to wound and -1 to
Ward saves.
ward saves.
Gotcha.
And then Krathusi.
Me?
Aethrop Machineries. The ability on it only
Oh,
happens in your
yeah.
face.
It only happens in your face.
You son of a gun.
So it doesn't work.
Kill me with that.
Doesn't
I
actually work.
thought it was just hero phase.
You lovely man. You lovely man.
So there's no point in me casting it then. Fuck. Yeah, you're hero phase. Yeah, you're right.
I want to roll like a sailor. That would be great.
I've already sworn like 4 times this game. It's the mark effect.
It's the market.
Yeah, blame it on me, eh? Everything's my fault.
Anyway, that
there
can
you go.
affect what you do. Is what I'm trying to say.
Gotcha.
Well,
It doesn't matter anyways, I can't reach Balthanos. So the biggest issue is I was hoping to reach Balthanos, but it doesn't matter. It will impact things as far as hitting dry chicken. Cool. That is it, sir. Oh, no, sorry, Krathusa. Krathusa needs to move. Krathusi.
80 points for an epic hero, and then you get a bonus. Your whole army gets a bonus with an epic hero. So it's a really cheap one.
I like weirdly want to play aggressive with Krathusa.
Oh, this guy's got stealth.
She also has an ability to bring something back, but I don't know if it's worth it now.
This guy does.
I know I want it to be a unit of witch elves and stuff like that, but she might not survive. Oh, I also have this thing. I forgot. I have this hero here.
Load off and stealth.
This hero is just going to move.
Blown off and stuff is over.
33.
Well, yeah, because now you can't pick them off.
Those
She's just going to go here.
well played, because now I can't score shit off of those. But maybe I can.
I want to welcome Tired Popeye to the chat. Thank you very much for the heads up on that spell. That obviously changes things quite Well, potentially dramatically, decision points wise. So great catch regarding the gears. I want to welcome Mr. Devon to the chat, and yes, that is your buddy, the legendary Portuguese Polinsky. If you've not heard of them before, they are a rather large designer house in Portugal, and Mark is part of, yes, you've heard it, the Polinskys of Portugal. That's correct. So what is his plans for this round? My concern here is he's going to jam, potentially wipe out those spite revs, and then what is the problem? Can he survive the coming storm of the Sylvaneth turn? And that is the problem. Those dragonflies hit so very, very hard. And hopefully he'll use the terrain to make things awkward. But I mean, if he commits and deletes that unit of spite revs in the center of the table, will that open up enough space potentially for him to basically trade a unit? And I don't know. Feels bad to lose a unit of witches for spite revs, but I guess they are comparable, and more importantly, they'll be screening the Cauldron and Crethuza. So definitely not a bad move on his part either. I do not like where that Cauldron is currently right now. And what Cauldron am I referring to? Let's see if I could cut a better angle here. That one right there. Some dice are being rolled. Let's get to the table. But that Cauldron is probably in the lines of sights of Balthanos for next turn.
So 9 damage. Just a casual 9 damage.
6s.
Takes 8 damage.
That's terrifying.
Don't worry about
About
it.
4
It's fine.
wounds left.
That's it for my movement, sir.
Okay.
Into charges?
It's your charge. I have what?
Into charges?
Yeah, into
You have
charges.
counter shoots, that's why I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Do you want to counter shoot?
No.
And if you fail it, you don't get more battle shock.
Cool. Let's see if I roll this and then you pick immediately with the first unit I charge with, correct?
So I can do this. So this reaction does
Just
not
wanna understand
So her reaction
Yep.
is odd in that the target is not her. She does not target herself. So she,
No, she targets another unit. I get that.
She's in the ability doesn't even say there's a target. It's weird.
It's a reaction to a charge.
Yes, it's
My
reaction to a
understanding is
charge.
it's reaction to the first charge.
No, I can just
Any charge.
any charge with an 18.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to charge with the Endless Spell, but I get to pick the ability. Correct?
Yes.
Endless Spell gets an 8. What
So
would
then
you like?
you get to pick either minus D3 for your charge
plus
roll,
1 to hit?
or minus 1 to hit,
Minus 1 to
and
hit.
plus 1 to hit you.
One plus 1 to hit me. I'll go with the plus 1 to hit me. That's fine.
Okay. So this thing has minus 1 to hit.
Cool. Do I want to be cute and stay outside of 3 of Drycha? Kind of. Yeah, no reason to make your decision easy. And that way I could stop the all-up defense with that, actually. If I get within 3. Ugh, I think I just want to get within 3. Yeah, I just want to get within 3.
Wait.
Is it,
No, a unit cannot use the same ability more than once per phase unless specified otherwise.
Yeah, you can only use this once, I know that. That's not the question I was
Okay,
asking.
then
yeah.
there's no point in me using that endless spell. That's dumb.
But that's what I'm saying, like, do you have to pick the first thing that charges?
No.
Because what does it say?
A reaction. Opponent declares a charge ability for a unit within 18 of this unit.
So that does actually classify as the first unit.
Well, I don't have to use this ability though.
I'm so sorry.
Because I can just use it when you use a charge ability with something, and then I decide to react.
I'm just gonna mirror.
All right, so what you're saying is you're not using it on this.
Not in the other spell, no.
Okay,
That makes no sense. I thought you could keep doing it because it doesn't have a target. She doesn't target herself. But no, the rule of 1. A unit can only use the same ability once in a phase, unless specified otherwise.
Okay, cool.
No, because I want you to stay here.
Which elves?
Which ones?
Blue hairs. Going in. They get a 5. 6 plus 1.
I'll use the ability on them.
On them?
Yeah, on the blue.
Cool. Minus D3 to my charges, because I have to make a 3-inch charge when I get there anyways. Go ahead.
Well, you rolled a 5 or 6? Oh, because if I subtract 3, it's...
Yeah, go ahead. So
right.
minus D3.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, nope.
Cool. Minus 3, then make a 3-inch charge.
Yeah. Are you 3 inches away?
Yep.
Okay.
That's 3.
Cool.
That's the only reason why I did it.
Yeah. Well, I was
like-
thinking that you would, if you rolled high.
If I rolled like a crazy number like a 9,
Yeah.
then that
that's fair.
makes more sense.
Maybe I should have
'cause
done the
then
reds.
then I go in that way.
So Trench's ability is a ramp.
I'm just gonna be scoring the points.
I don't think that. Does that matter? Was
More, it's an ability that you use. Oh wait, you have to use it.
Correct.
I have to?
Rampage. Yeah, you can choose not to. Either you have it on, or you don't.
But it's a reaction. Because I don't have to unbind. I don't
Is the
have to all a
reaction-
defense.
Is the reaction a must?
I don't think it would be.
Yeah.
Because it would say that. All abilities that are musts typically say you must use this ability.
That's
Yeah.
a weird one. I played a guy online who was playing with this rule, and
he said
he said I had to pick it on the first unit. But I don't even know if he knew the rules, because I mean we're in this weird liminal space where we have
But,
no
but
idea.
why? It doesn't like I could.
So you activate the rampage,
Yeah.
and the ability is in reaction to a declaration of charge. And I don't know if that's voluntary or involuntary.
I have no idea.
I imagine it's voluntary. Why would it be involuntary? What would say it's involuntary?
Because it reacts.
Oh, because he felt that. Yes, he felt territory.
It's interesting.
It is interesting. I'm gonna try and charge with the redheads. I get a 7.
Not enough.
It's enough to go in the other direction, though. No? Oh no, I'm blocked off. Never mind. I'll spend my CP and re-roll that.
Yeah. So this is the one I should have done the reaction for.
Correct.
Yeah.
If you get to pick,
Yeah.
this is absolutely the one you can do a reaction.
Yeah.
And I get a 7-8. That's enough.
That's enough. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Yeah.
Sweet. We were just discussing the actual rule at the table. Then some of the guys actually chimed in on chat. I was contemplating whether it means anything regarding the actual rampage. It happens. So it came down to whether the reaction was voluntary or involuntary. And I think the guys are basically saying that yeah, guys, there's no question. We understood the rules of 1. We got that down. And then Tired Popeye saying all abilities are may use except passives. So he's basically saying that he has an opportunity to do the reaction when he wants to. Yeah, all right, fair enough. It's that also sounds correct. And then Tired Popeye also commenting on the fact that Devin is correct regarding the 1 use, but I think we already got there. I don't think that was in question. If it hinted at the table, and I know there's a little bit of delay on recording as well, I apologize, and I think everyone's on the same page on that specific note.
Combat range.
Combat range. Okay. So I'm just gonna stay outside of combat range if I can. I do want to make sure I'm wholly within 12. Outside of combat range. I could just go straight in. If I'm here, I'm still wholly within 12. So 9 does get me there, no problem. It's more of a factor of Who do I want the buff to go on to? And that will matter based off of what I see you charge with. It's at a 3, so it's fine.
I don't remember which game, like in the next game, which one had the advancements.
Put something on the bottom. Just put like a red dot on the bottom. That's a good point, right? Because you won't wreck your paint job. They're nice, really nicely painted.
Yeah, unfortunately I can't stay outside. Not if I want to stay wholly within, actually. It's annoying, but I kind of break it up that way.
I can't shoot. I can't move anywhere, so I think so I get 2. Yeah.
I think that that's fine. So then we're going to go that way, and that way we're not within 3 of that.
Because her buff is wholly within 12?
Wholly within 12 on a 2-up. So I should have no problem being outside of 3 of that terrain.
3.
Yeah.
5. And then
Cool.
we were at 6.
Cool beans.
6 plus 5. That's 11. And then I have
Next is going to be the Sister Slaughter.
11 to 5.
Lost 1, so 10 inches. And 10 inches. These guys are not wholly within 12. Chef's kiss. Oh wait, that thing could be wholly within 12. This is not going to be in combat with Drycha. I just realized you have the fight first. So that's not going to be in combat with Drycha, because I don't want to risk the 3-up fight first. But yes, these guys are going to pile in and charge.
As these pile-ins continue to happen, I just want to send some much love to the guys in chat right now. Everyone kind of knows everyone else. The community is small, regardless of how big you think it actually is. And these guys are probably texting the players, letting them know while they're watching the rules. I super appreciate you. Having to herd these witch elves in position is such a pain in the butt between all the buff heroes, but it is absolutely critical. And what you're looking at right now is what kills time. We're in round 2, folks, and we are a little past 2 hours into this game. And now you understand why theoretically this list is absolutely awesome, but holy crap, do you just need to practice with this to kind of push through all the movements, all the rules. Obviously it comes with a lot of practice. Mark has owned this army for quite a while, but he hasn't actually played with this many witches in a while either. At least I do not believe. Or did he actually take it for Team Portugal? Man, we were talking off and on, and I think he actually pivoted to a list similar to this. I don't know if it had as many witches. I don't know if he had as many witches in that list. But in any case, point of what I'm trying to say is theoretical Warhammer is really, really cool, but reality Warhammer can sometimes bite.
And I'm going to go for it on a 2-up, +1 to attacks. Sorry, +1 to rend on the unit of witch elves that are in the back there. They get it. Just, but they get it.
And then their buffs are no commands?
No, their buff is -1 to your ward.
Oh, right.
So you'll have no 6-up ward. It'll all just go straight through, but -2 to their rend. And then I will fight twice. I will fight twice with this unit here. 3. And then I'll go with them first.
Okay. I am going to all out defense the bugs. Yeah, we're all out defense the bugs. Because they're -2. They're -2 rend right now.
Correct, -2 rend. So it puts you back to 5s.
Yeah. Do I have I have combat abilities to use?
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. No commands.
Yep.
I'm going to do 3-up, no commands on your character.
Okay.
She can use commands.
Cool.
And then there's nothing within 3 of this forest. And fight first. Oddly enough, it doesn't require me to have a unit in combat, which is weird. But what's wholly within 12? Only Draco.
It's only Draco. So basically, I get to choose when I want to engage Draco
Yeah.
by doing this.
Only because I put the dude there, sadly.
These 6 are definitely going to be out. Let's just go trail like that. So 6 out. Brr. Brr. Yeah. So 6 out. The other 14 are going to go in. No +1 to attack, so just 14 times 3. 10. It's going to use a small dice. I know Ronald doesn't like these dice, but it is what it is. So 14. 10. 20.
3 inches is shockingly large in this game. Not in real life, though.
What do you mean? What do you mean it's shockingly high?
It always surprises me how large 3 inches is in this game.
So that's 1. And 2. And yeah.
Attack twice with no strike.
Strike last.
You do get strike last.
I do get strike
You
last.
didn't avoid that somehow.
No, there's no way to avoid it.
There's a way for all snakes.
Snakes.
Snakes. Go.
Snakes can avoid it if they fight first.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
If
There's
you
no.
did an 8+ charge, right?
Correct.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Could you imagine if Witch Elves had that? That would be the strongest ability in the entire book. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So this. So hitting on 3s. 6 is crit. A lot of 1s and 2s for you. And then 3s. So that's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21. 21 saves for me. 5s.
Oh, Murder Midget. I have to show you Murder Midget. It's okay, so my friend got me a combat with
2 dead and 2 wounds.
Cool.
It's him actually. He's calling me right now. It's the yeah. So combat and it came with an extra base.
That was 20 dice? Damn.
Yep.
Doesn't look like 20.
Well,
It's 'cause it's bigger
you,
dice.
you did 12 damage.
21.
Just very big. Like
Rend
On 5s.
2 on 5s. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of saves.
Yes, it is.
like so I took the sleeves and I made them
Because 12 damage.
put a little head on it and then in between
Yeah, that's not. That's not math. Should have been 3 dead. Okay. On to you next.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick this blade thing
Cool.
as my target. Curious if there's a way for me to stop you from hitting Draika. Okay, so I can go through you because they're an endless spell. The question is, the back of my base, where can the back of my base go? Now,
This should just be just outside of 3.
yeah.
How many people are in this?
I think there's 9.
That's decent. Oh, and if we had a 10, if we had an even number, it'd be better.
So we're gonna do 4 into your character.
Okay.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into these sisters here. Because I would like to wipe them off the board.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna wipe them, and you're just gonna bring back 3. But these guys are -1 to hit.
These are also, well, these are -1 to hit. She's not -1.
She's not gonna play.
Behold.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so the 4 into your character. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 3s and 4s. 6 is a crit mortal. Are you reacting?
Sorry, what? Into
This
what?
is into your character.
Oh, into my character. Rend.
Rend 1.
I guess I'll defense this. Go ahead.
They have an ability where they can turn
Only 1 mortal.
all damage
That's not so great.
to 0. Oh no, they have
And a terrible wound roll. 2 wounds. And a mortal wound.
2 wounds. Fail him. 1 mortal. Save. 1 takes 2.
And then the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh yeah, it's very nifty, and it got nerfed really bad because like previously,
Okay, this is 4s and 4s.
giant pool of miracle dice. Like I remember the first time we played with the sisters.
You don't mind if I'm just moving your guys on?
Don't worry. Actually, if you want, you can switch them all off. Yeah, just pick them up.
Your -1 to hit did absolutely nothing.
That's fun.
I know. I had to you have to get like a thick skin to your model over now.
This, sorry, isn't the other unit?
You know what I mean?
This isn't to them.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Gotcha, go ahead.
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah, I can't all defense those.
We got
Because if it had like little pieces.
4 and 3. So we got 4 wounds, a -1, and 3 mortal wounds.
So neg 1, 1 mortal wound back to you, and 3 going through. And then you said 3 more mortals? So 1 mortal wound back to you.
Yeah, and then you roll for 7. Was that 6 to save?
6 to save.
Okay, cool.
So then I have only 6.
6 ward saves.
Save 1 takes 5.
literally no. I'm like, dude,
That 1/6 I think saves the unit,
It does.
and I take a mortal wound.
You do.
Yeah. You know, I love that. I love that. I'm horribly addicted to Arizona.
yeah, me too.
Back in the day, my go-to was combos and Arizona ice.
Okay. Other combats here. We got these Sisters of Slaughter. We're going to pile on in.
One of my buddies, Adrian, he wanted to bring for his percent. And everybody's like, if you do that, you're gonna lose, but you're also gonna be really good. Oh shoot! Fulgrim is really he's fast, and he has ability in your pool. So like, let's say you're like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna start doing. Like, I want to pop stratagem here, heal that guy, do that, do this. And you're like, okay.
My all-out defense is only valid for your first attack.
It is.
And he can. He's the Emperor's Children, right? Yeah, he's the giant snake dude. Brutal, like the wings and the power.
Yeah.
Fulgrim is very.
All right, as that Daughters of Khaine player continues to pile in, the Sylvaneth player chimed in regarding all-out defense, and that is the new adjustment to this season for the next year. When you all-out defense, it's only from one wave of attacks from a target unit. After that bonus goes away. And then there was also an adjustment to all-out attack. If you choose to all-out attack, it does actually come at the cost of reducing your save by 1 as you go all out. And the concept is you're going for a haymaker and you're exposing yourself at the same time.
I'm out of CP. Because I decided to cast a spell that I
Didn't
know,
need.
yeah.
Got it. Just wondering if I should all-out attack this. Nah. No, I'm not going to. Cool. Give me this. On 3s.
He's not a named character, but to me he's a named character since he's got a reputation for killing everything inside. Yeah. Oh yeah. He is a custodian dreadnought. Nice.
And
The name is very long.
wounding on 4th.
Whoa. So it's like it's a dreadnought that's you're not and it carries a ginormous spear with a las cannon in it.
Oh, Master of the Paths is one I was running.
Is it like a is it like the same kind of like the heresy?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19 saves. Less attacks and more through. Ren 1.
6s. You said 18?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 15 through. So that is 8 dead.
I said 19, sorry. 19.
19?
Yes.
So that is 10. That's 8 dead and a wound. So I have 2 guys
One
remaining.
dead. You had 1 wound on that guy, right?
Yeah. So, oh, right.
So that's 1 guy, 2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys, 5 guys, 6 guys, 7 guys, 8 guys, and
Sausage got his name from
1 wound.
yeah, 1 wound carryover. Yeah, 8 guys, 2 guys left.
and it was like when we first started the hobby. Like Thomas.
All right, as he removes these actual casualties, Popeye commenting in the chat regarding the denying of ward saves from the war song. I believe it was just simply because of positioning for the previous turn. They were fighting at the top. We're going to call it the top. We're using the top of the screen as a direction point at the top of the circle, and I think they fell within 12 at this. Where the line of battle is actually taking place, I believe they might have avoided it, which is why they didn't count it. And as for interfering with the game, our Wednesday night games are mostly experimental and guys testing out lists, and inserting ourselves in it, which you heard me now multiple times, just chit-chatting to the guys, talking about rules and what have you. It's just an opportunity for us to learn and try to, be entertained, obviously, by the wonderful people that are playing the game. But it's not a tournament. At tournaments, I would never really go to the table at all. We would just be watching the game, and that would be the only interaction that we would have. But on our Wednesday night games, Friday night games for 40K, we get chit-chatty, and we could actually express opinions, and I could communicate those opinions to the players. So I wouldn't worry about it too much, buddy.
The Void Dragons are crazy because don't they have like field goal pain?
They cut the damage.
No, sorry, it doesn't have total attacks. I'm thinking of swords.
I think it's 8,
I think it's 9.
9.
Oh, it's a 5. Well, the other bombers. They are.
Thinking everything wrong spell. 9. 9 at 3.
He killed.
Was it 3s and 3s minus 1, 1?
Correct. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. With crit 2 hits. So 2 crit hits. So those 2 stay back. 3s. That's going to be 6 saves for me, round 1.
4s.
Takes 3.
6s. Takes 3. Has 1 wound left.
Cool. Did you guys go?
Yeah, I'm going to. I don't want your.
Which elf's the killer?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So we'll go down there. So now outside 6. So yeah. Because that doesn't matter because I get to fight before you do over there. So 10 attacks. 3s.
All right, good heads-up play by the Sylvaneth player. She will most likely delete that endless spell or manifestation. But why was 6 inches so important? Because the unit of blue-haired witches actually performed a charge this turn, and the unit that they were initially engaging has been wiped out, they can still move 3 inches, pile 3 inches, because even though they're not engaged, because they charged, they're able to still pile. The game basically expresses the momentum of the unit as it's traveling. In any case, if it moves 3 inches and there's an enemy within 3, they will be able to attack. And so good heads-up play by the Sylvaneth player, making sure that, of course, that unit is not within 6, which would be the 3-inch pile and the 3-inch, or the combination of the 3-inch pile and the 3-inch reach.
All right, so that's fine, and that's fine. And maybe we do that. Okay. Which elves get to do things?
And on a 3 up, he does D3, or no, on a 4 up, he do D3 more moves, right?
Like, I don't know how much I care about this guy dying, but
And if you charge, it's +2 to that roll.
it's just gonna be like 1.
It becomes a 6. So it's 3 mortal wounds. So the only way you can fail that is if you roll.
Oh, he's like murdering someone.
Yeah, so he walks in and he just says, and then they die. He spooks him.
How many points is it? Whoa!
He's a tough guy and he can run through.
So 5.
1
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in.
He's movement 8 when you put him with there's a custodian dreadnought detachment.
6 times 3, 18.
Yeah. There's a dreadnought detachment that adds +1 charge, +1 quick.
10.
You can make them advance shoot
8.
hard. You can make them run through walls in terrain.
But that one you have
6s. Of course, I get more 6s here than I did over there. That's a real bummer. Not like I needed this at all.
I'm just going to take him off. Because this is a -1, right?
-1.
Yeah.
So it would have been 3 more.
Yeah, I would have had him made, like, what, 9 6 and 6s?
Yeah,
Hey, look, he's
dead.
dead. As funny as that would be.
Okay.
And then I just got my bugs.
Yep.
I'm so sorry you have to pay that money.
Now, the nice thing about those bugs getting tagged by those witches is the companion attack on those bugs actually unlocks an extra point of damage when they charge. So it denied that, but it's still an awful amount of attacks coming from those dragonflies. He still has, what, 4 of them? The riders have 2 attacks apiece, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, so I am mistaken. It is actually 3 attacks apiece, and the bug underneath them also has 3 attacks. The rider has crit mortals. So this is still, they're still nasty.
3 6s.
You do not have a ward. You are within 12.
I feel that's for like.
I'm very confident in that 12.
Yep, you're good. Literally with 1 guy.
Yes. Yes. This is the wound roll. So this is 3 at -2, so that just goes through. So that's 12 damage.
Cool. Do you want to just roll the others?
Sure, and then the bugs. I mean, what, do you have a 5 at ward?
No.
Oh, you're
Might as well do
just
this
counting
all
damage.
at once.
For what?
It's 12. Just do it all at once.
But you don't have a ward.
I know. It doesn't matter anyways. I don't have a word for any of this.
Okay,
What I'm
okay.
saying is just roll all the dice.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. This is 4s and 3s. This is at -1. But you have a 6-up save, don't you?
I have a 6 doesn't matter.
That is 8 more damage. So that'd be 20 damage in total.
20 damage, they're dead to the wound.
Oh yeah.
Bugs! Wait. That's not 20 damage. I just. So fuck. That was 4 bug wounds or 6 bug wounds. Because they have charge plus 1 damage on the
Correct.
bugs.
So it's only one damage
so it's only
each.
1 damage each. So I'm pretty sure you should have 6 guys left.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's good. 6 dudes left. There's 6 dudes left. I will take it. I'm pulling outside of the word, obviously,
Yeah.
but I'll keep the champ in.
A celebrity. Oh man, that's a cool. I like that. That's gonna be cool.
So now I have my word. Not that it's not going to matter. Cool. Fight last. 6 of them.
Yeah. But I don't get a ward because you're -1 awards.
Correct.
Cool, 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 cool.
So 6 of them is going to be 3, 6.
Yeah.
Let's roll this. 6 times 3, 18 again.
Yeah. Here I am. Look at me getting so used to more begs. You just have 2 damage on the mounts for free.
Yep. So it's going to be 19 attacks. 10. 19.
Was this 19 attacks?
Really bad hit roll. And 3s. Okay with a wound, actually. Pretty good. So that's going to be 7.
11.
Sorry, 7 plus 4. That's 11. Yeah, Ren 2.
6s.
Save 2.
So that's 9
9
wounds.
damage.
So that's-
So she killed another 2 bugs.
So that's 2
5.
bugs. 2 bugs and a wound.
Cool.
Yeah, right. Because it's like, oh, you know, you get fluid on.
It doesn't even matter. I'm just going to strike and fade with them anyway.
So crazy. So that was only 6 sisters. Look how much damage they did. Gotta love daughters. Gotta love daughters. So strike and fade. Again, it is the Sylvaneth ability. They get to do it in both combat phases. He was wholly within 12 of the unit of 3 trees. The terrain piece of 3 trees, and now he gets to teleport wholly within, I guess it would be 6 inches of the 2 tree, which is why he's way over here. So when you teleport, you can't teleport around the thing that you have to send it to another set of Awakened Wildwoods. So I believe that is why he's over here. Okay? All right.
Okay, cool. Sorry, what were you saying?
So 2 at rend, 1. Into your train.
5s. Fail both. 5 up ward. Pass both.
Cool. That's over there. So I just brought back 1 guy here. Over here, D3. For 1. It's not significant enough.
So that requires running those pallets.
There. I guess.
We're winding down this turn, and how well did that turn go for Daughters of Khaine? They had one priority and took it. There was no penalty because they were not doubling. It's all right. He caused some huge amounts of damage to the dragonflies, also known as Revenant Seekers. Is that right? Everything's like a Revenant in this army. Okay, yeah, Revenant Seekers. I would have... You know what? This turn would have been glorious if Drycha had died. How's that? She is still sticking around with 1 wound left, and now she will heal at the end of this turn, and then she'll heal at the end of next. And that's the problem with the Sylvaneth. If you don't kill them dead, they just start coming back, folks. And it is annoying as all get up for certain. So positionally on this table, as it's going to go into the Sylvaneth turn, what is a Sylvaneth main target? Really just to cut these numbers down. The hammers are all in front and completely exposed. He could even risk maybe not even going after the cauldron there. If he just lifts all these units of witches, they'll have nothing left really. We'll see what happens. There's still some gas in the tank, but because everything's out in the open, well, we'll find out whether there's enough power left in Sylvaneth. But I mean, between Drycha, I don't think he's going to commit Drycha though. And the new Drycha does not have the range attacks of the old. Yeah, it does not. So she has to like fade back. He might commit Belthanos. He has some Kurnothi Bowmen that might be able to lift the Sisters of Slaughter that are being pointed at right now. And right now he's just scattering mortal wounds from his actual, yeah, there you go, from the trees. He's just pointing at units and going potentially D3 mortals scattered around. He's going to try to delete his Gladiatrix as well. But yeah, his main goal is maybe to kill some of those blue hairs, take out some of the bodies. Cthulhu's in the back, I mean, is a big deal, yes, but she needs units to do anything with. She herself is not a massive threat. It's through her army. She's an amazing buff piece is basically what I'm trying to say.
That fails. Bad dice. Then I have 2 more casts. I'm going to cast Anti-Horde on the Sisters of Slaughter. That fails. What a great casting phase. And then
Now you get to know how I felt.
yeah, she's going to do the +1 attack, +1 wound on them.
Yep. Oh, right. Scoreboard.
It's an 8.
I got to update that.
Oh, right.
I will promise to update that. You got that on the 8. I do not control this. He controls this.
I control this.
5,
So 8.
5, 3, 8. Did I kill a hero? No. Do I have units in your territory? No. So that's it. Yeah, just 8. 18.
So he can't leave.
Okay. So this was the +1 attack, +1 wound spell.
Gotcha.
So that went off. And then my last hero phase thing is the 5-up ward, which I'm going to put on Belthanos. On it.
Nope.
This unit, I don't know. 3-up sucks. And then I don't have any CP, so I can't do anything like that. And I believe that's my hero phase.
Cool. Back to me. Cthulhu for D3. Prayer points. She gets 3 prayer points. Does she want to pray? That's the big question. She gets 3. Which means on 2. No, on a 3-up, she'll get the hard off. On a 2-up, she'll get the -1 to wound on a unit. On a 6, she'll be able to do it to everything wholly within. Is that worth the 2 CP? The CP. Not 2 CP. That's debatable. I think the heart makes more sense here. You get a chance to unbind it. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And then I become a bit more defensive if I get this off. Yeah, I'll spend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no CP for me. Oh, and obviously I do the -1 to hit thing.
Yeah. Just gonna spend a CP, and I'm gonna do actually Cthulhu's prayer onto the unit of witch elves.
The blue?
For the blue-haired ones. For the no companion weapon abilities within 3.
Okay.
No weapon abilities, companion abilities do work. Does go off on a 4. It's just gonna be on the witch elves.
So that would stop the crit mortal on them, and the
Crit
two
mortal,
hits.
+1 to attack, +1 to damage as well for the beetles. That turns it off as well.
If I'm within combat range of them.
Correct.
Okay. Guess who's not getting charged?
No weapon abilities. I got 1 more CP for a nice little rally. I don't think that makes sense, so go ahead. I have too many valuable targets that I could potentially kill if you get too dangerous and get too greedy.
So going to movement, we're going to move, we're going to run them. Going 5, so that's going 10.
So 10 inches is here, bud.
Thank you.
Because you are my partner.
Oh no, because now that I have an extra unit out for the dice, and then I already have it.
So you are the
If you, I have 4 scouts.
right?
Oh wait, we got if you 0, so I have this.
Maybe it's over. This one maybe you're right. Like, yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh no, only if it's small.
So I did not get off +1 rend.
Each time while you're gonna make some.
The only spell you got off was the Dredger.
No, you have
Oh, I could have been using that. Roll, hit rolls, that move.
I'm going off of what I saw when he was this. Oh no, how I played it. It's just 1 damage. I got 1 more shot with my guy. Big boy.
Oh, I didn't know how this was scroll for long generosity.
2 up.
I can one character, you know, so I can reroll how many
I
shots.
can't shoot at my other guy. I should shot my other guy.
But it's
Because you look at it, like, essentially, what you're going to do is,
So I could use that to-
if you're going to hit me,
if I
you are
can.
hitting my weapons.
Oh, I don't think I have anything else. Yeah, I don't. I thought we could have spent my container. Maybe it's the other one.
No world in which that exists. So,
Oh, it's cost 2.
What's interesting, I shouldn't say what's interesting. He spent the CP to cast a prayer to get a nice defensive buff on the unit of witches. It did come at an opportunity cost, and that's the opportunity cost of countercharge. He now only has 1 CP and, of course, 2 CP, 2 countercharge. So either Dreicha would have to move back or have to commit in. And definitely she was not going to commit in if 2 CP were still on the table. And that's a psychological impact of having that 2 CP in your back pocket. Which was better, I believe, minus to wound witches prayer, or having that be a threat of countercharge from any one of the units on the table. I'll leave that up to you folks, but it's just another. I just wanted to highlight it as a potential thing for anyone new watching the game. Being able to countercharge as a universal ability is very, very powerful, which is why it costs so much, right? It costs 2 CP to execute because it is a very, very powerful ability.
going to run. Going 14. Oh, thank you. So 14, the back of the base gets me to here. So I'm just going to do that.
I was so excited this was the anti-fight first. But the only 2 units that was
And then Draika.
or he has to go right here. And if he goes after this, he'll let
It's going to back the fuck up. Because, like, what is this, turn 2?
correct.
I got a lot of healing to do, so.
Just keep on not dying on 1 wound.
You care about your home point. In our game,
And, like, she's outside 6 of everything that could hurt her, so that's fine. Those 2 are going to charge. That's going to shoot. He's going to charge. Okay, that's movement for me.
Yeah, you're good. Just want to make sure that you're not cheating yourself here. That's it for movement?
Yep.
Cool. Tempting. That's also tempting. You could, but then you'd be piling in and you'd be getting yourself within 3, but then you could pop over. Stay outside of range, and you'll be fine. It does make more sense to do that with them than probably with the Cauldron. Cauldron could shoot, it doesn't kill a ton of them. Pile in that way, it doesn't matter. Alternatively, we redeploy you guys back. Buff Mouse kills that, whatever. Or you even shoot it off and go in this way. This goes in this way. That goes in that way. Depending on the charge, you might not use it at all. That I think is probably more important though than that at this point in the game. It's a shoot in combat. Probably gonna redeploy them. Yeah. Unfortunately, I have to do a redeploy here. I'm gonna redeploy the blue-haired witch elves.
Okay.
5 inches.
Like for me, I'm only using the transport because they give my guy the unit. And also I have a strategy that lets me charge it out.
And then a strength 10. Yeah, it makes sense to do it, but do that combat first.
Charge oh, charge these guys as well. And so I'm going to charge them. I still have enough space to go in there. I would be less much rate with like 4 inches on the hour and I go back up on the free. Oh, five. That was my turn. Take the 4.
Right?
Go ahead. Okay. Shooting. These Kurnoths are going to shoot. What do I want to shoot? Balthanos is just going to murder them. These guys still have their bonuses?
Yes.
Okay.
They don't have the +1 to rend that I have to roll for, but I will have the +1 to wound and the -1 to ward. Just make sure I'm not screwing myself. Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, the blues are out.
Yes.
So the rest of this is...
Yeah, in.
Okay, let's start off with her. She's going to shoot them. I'm giving myself a slightly longer charge, but 5-inch.
5-inch charge.
And a 5-inch.
Yeah, you're fine.
Like them living just kind of blows, and all my attacks need to go into this.
Okay.
So it's
No weapon abilities.
no weapon abilities, which is pretty bloody great.
So no +1 to charge, no nothing.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're gonna shoot, actually, we're actually gonna shoot them.
Cool. This is with her shots?
Her shots.
What's her range?
It's 12 inches.
Okay. Yeah,
So this is 4s and 4s, 6s are crit auto wound.
Yep.
-1/1. One wound, -1, 1 damage.
Goes through, 1 damage, 6 up. Takes it.
Yeah, you take that one. Okay, then Kurnoth bows. So the question, your +1 rend ability is just in combat, pick something within 12. 2
Yep.
up. Okay, my Kurnoths are going to... I could potentially just do that, but... I'm going to shoot the blue hairs, I think.
Okay.
I guess they could technically kill Balthanos if you give them a +1 rend. Without the +1 rend, I would highly doubt it. Yeah, we're going to shoot this character with them.
Sorry?
We're going to shoot your character, your gladiatrix.
-1 to be hit, right?
Yeah, this is 4s and 3s.
Cool. Why'd you roll 4?
I rolled. That was wounds.
That's 3 moves. Oh, you removed the hits. Gotcha.
I removed
Sorry,
the hits.
I thought you were removing wounds.
No. So 4 at -2.
4 meg 2.
So it's just 8 damage, and you don't have a ward.
Cool. Goes through. Damage. Dead. Eh.
That -1. It's just the rend. That rend's a big deal.
Right, because it's anti-hero.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so that's shooting. Charges.
You got it.
Belthanos. 7.
No problem.
That's the only thing about like the ruins, good for like shooting, but melee doesn't do anything.
Those Kurnoths.
Or it just changes the gate.
5. I think that works.
Yeah,
It
you're good.
does. So he is going to go do that, that, and that. So I now have a 6 up. Because the ward doesn't matter. No, the ward does not matter, but. Okay.
It's me.
And then bugs. Going 10.
10. Nice.
Is there a world? Is there a world? There might be a world in which 10. No, I don't think there is. There is not a world.
You just nudge this.
Because 10 is here. Yeah, because 10 is there, and that's very much within 3.
Yep.
What's her stats like?
In combat?
Yeah.
8 attacks. Now 2s and 4s. Rend 2 damage. Pull it up. Hold on. Witch elves. Scourgy. Yeah, 8 attacks. It will be 2s, 4s now. Rend 1, 2 damage. It's not Rend 2. Rend 1.
Okay. Then I'm going to charge these guys. 7. So we're not tagging this
Not
chariot.
tagging the chariot. Makes sense.
Because why give you free murder magic?
Makes sense. There's 5 wounds left there. Okay.
But you got what you wish. You always tell me that your creep son comes back, even when it gets to
Yeah, this is bottom of 2. Okay, that's that. That's charges.
I got
Nothing.
you. Yeah,
Okay, I go for combat abilities.
Yep.
So starting off with commands don't matter. You don't have any CP. Doing mortal wounds to that unit.
Yep.
Take nothing. Cool. Then trees. It's just the sisters. Sisters take nothing, and that's all my combat abilities. Going to fighting. I'm gonna go with the bugs first.
Cool.
So I'm gonna pile you over here, and you're God.
It's okay, man. You still have this to maintain within 3 of these guys?
The idea is that I'm just gonna hit the blues.
Yeah. That's fine.
That's
You just gotta pile in a little closer. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay. So I have +1 attack and +1 to wound. So normally it's 4 and 3, but now it's 4 and 5. I do not have crit mortal because your special ability.
Or +1 damage on the charge.
Nope. Their main attack is damage 2, but
okay.
the bugs are charge +1.
You got it.
I'm going to double check that though, because I'm pretty sure that's how it is, but
I think it's like 4s and I know one is 4s and 3s, the other one's 3s and 4s.
yeah. So the sickles are base 2, and then the sharpened mandibles are companion. So this is going to be 3s and 3s because I have +1 to wound. So that is 12 damage so far, because you have 6 up save.
Yeah, you're good.
So 12 damage, and then the bugs.
Still have my ward though.
Yes, you do. Okay, this is 4s and 2s because the +1 to wound specifically says it benefits companion weapons.
Yep.
3 hits. 3 at -1, 1 damage each, so just 3 more damage.
Oh, just 3 more damage. Okay.
Yeah. So 15 damage in total.
Cool. 6 ups. Save 3 of these. So 12 damage total.
Good job, bugs. Yeah, these bugs are awesome. Like that was without charge +1 damage.
Yeah, it was really good. Do I want to keep them in combat? I have a way of getting them out of combat, and then I have a way of giving them other things. Yeah, that's fine. So remember this. This is going to be 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Might make more sense actually to go 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12. Yeah, that makes sense. So I should have 8 left, but I think it makes more sense actually to... Oh. Because then you have those attacks there, which means you might end up killing me. Yeah, this might not be worth it. I'd rather go over there anyways. So actually, what we'll do...
He's just figuring out how much he wants to pull out and maybe pull out of combat. The problem is, of course, that other unit also charged, so they will get a 3-inch pile. And if that unit is within 6, he'll still be engaged. But he did lose enough that he could disengage quite a bit. I mean, it is 12 bodies and pull out of 6. And that's what he's measuring right now to see if he could pull out of 6 or what it takes to pull out of 6. So he will do that. If those Spite Revenants want to do a pile, they'll have to go toward the cauldron. And maybe they don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Those witch elves over there, they'll hit everything into Balthanos. I want to stay outside of 12 if I can. So I'm going to pile into these guys. Give them a ward. Pile in this way.
Oh, so you're not going to hit Balthanos. Or not with everything, at least.
Just got to figure it out. Yeah. So I don't think this is actually enough to kill Balthanos. Balthanos has a 3-up save, right?
Yep.
I have no rent. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 into them. 7 of them. No, actually, sorry. I'm being dumb. I take this back. Everything into Balthanos. You have no all defense, so...
No, I do not. But you have no rend.
I do have no rent, so... It's unfortunate, but I think everything into Balthanos. He has no ward, so whatever you fail, you fail. This is going to be... said 7 of them are still alive, so 7 times 3, so 21.
3s and 4s. Oh, sorry, 3s and 3s, because you have +1 to wound.
Yes, 3s and 3s. 6s. Cool. Abysmal roll. And 3s. Absolutely atrocious roll. So, that's going to be 5, 6, 7.
Takes 2.
Cool.
I'm going to go with... how many attacks does the sound have in melee?
8.
Are they good?
3s, 4s, rend 1, 2 damage. So Max, I kill 8.
We'll go in. The fact I now have crit mortal is relevant. Oh, wait a second. I can't do that.
No, because you're not in combat, so you have to pile in there.
Put the pile in here. This starts to work though. This is moving closer. Okay. This is probably the last guy that's going to be able to hit here. And then here is closer. And then these two.
So those two will be out.
Yeah. So these two are going to hit here.
Yep.
And then everyone else into this.
Cool.
So that's 8 and 2. So let's do the 2 first. So this is 4s and 4s because you're -1 to be hit. 6 is a crit mortal. So that's 2 mortals. You're within 12.
Yep.
So that's just they're just dead. Yeah. And then
Do I have any saves roll?
This is no neg. So you do have a save. This is no negative to the sorry. Sorry, this is crit mortals.
It doesn't matter. I just need to know if I need to roll a save, just for mortal wounds back.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Just crit mortals. Actually,
No, I'm out.
You're at
So
12.
okay, I have two. How many hits and wounds did you make?
0 wounds.
0 wounds. Oh, okay.
So just 2 crit mortals.
Gotcha. 6 ups. They're dead.
And then the 8. 8 times 3 is 24. Plus 1, 25. Okay. 25 attacks. 3s and 4s. 6 is a crit mortal.
So 5 mortals so far. 6 mortals.
Yeah. Oh, crap. Thank you.
Oh, dang.
So we have 8 saves, no rend.
Save. So 4 go through.
1 damage each, and then 6 mortals. So that's 10 mortals.
6s. Save 1. 1 live with 1 wound.
Does it have damage?
Takes 11. Oh, it takes yeah. It goes up to 11.
Does it suffer when it gets hurt?
No, it doesn't like downgrade at all. Cool. It's still gonna fight you the exact same as it was.
Okay, that's me.
Are we within 3 of this unit? No. Okay, I don't want that to be within 3. You won't be able to power through, so that's not the end of the world. Do I want to pile in and hit those guys, hit the flies, or just hit these guys? I think hit the flies. Flies are beginning to be a problem. If they're not in combat though, then they can't do anything, so they're stuck. Those guys are stuck anyways because they're not wholly within 12 of your forest, so I'll just hit them. Next. Yeah. Cool. 8 attacks.
What is this? Oh, this is the chariot.
Chariot.
Gotcha.
Hitting on 3s. And wounding on 4s. For just 3.
Neg.
Ran 1.
6s.
2 damage each, so 3 dead.
Okay, let's go with these Kurnoths. No, we're not going to pile in because why Gales has 12. So the 3 attacks each, and 4 on the champion. This is 3s and 3s.
Cool. Any rend?
No rend.
Cool.
Because I did not get my spell off. We got 4, no rend, 1 damage each, and I believe you've moved back into 12.
Yeah, so just 6 up save. So
Yeah.
3 dead.
Cool.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
This was a pretty good turn.
These ladies here. Going in, obviously can't get within 3, but just gonna pile in 3. Staying outside of 3 this way.
You don't want the bug striking and fading?
Nope.
Just gonna try and eliminate my forest. My super helpful, convenient forest.
Let me tell you about that super helpful, convenient forest. That thing has 12 wounds, I think, still with a 4-up save and a 5-up ward. It is absolutely crazy. There was a point Sylvaneth had an issue with her forests because they were so intrinsic to the army. And so GW made them much, much better. I honestly think they went a little too strong into them. 12 wounds with that kind of defensive stats is just, you actually have to sink some serious unit into the forest to delete it, to get them off the table. It is it's not something you just kind of do with some sort of random trash unit. That forest is absolutely fantastic. In fact, it sounds so good that I feel like I'm wrong. It can't be that good, right? So I'm gonna actually double check. I'm gonna double check their freaking war scroll. Their war scroll is so outrageous. Let's see here. Awakened Wildwood, 8 health, but of course it does increase depending on the amount of forest you place. So it starts at 8, and then for every other. That is actually correct. I am 100% right. So 3 forests have 12 wounds with a 4-up save and crazily a 5-up ward. What I'm going to tell you is I don't think there's really much chance that unit deletes that forest. But let's see. How many attacks is that? That is an awfully big unit of witches, or I should say Sisters of Slaughter. So maybe... here's hoping he does.
15, 16, 17. 17 saves for me. Ren, nothing.
15, 17. 4s and 5s. Yowza. That was a terrible 4-up.
Makes for amazing 5-ups.
No, no, it doesn't. I think it's dead. Or no, it's not. It's got 2 wounds left.
Nice. Cool.
Okay. I got 1 thing left, Balthanos.
Yep.
So as Balthanos picks up what the remnants of that Sisters of Slaughter unit, you get to see what I mean regarding the trees. Like it is so incredibly durable. A whole Sisters of Slaughter unit went in there, and these freaking trees with a 4-up save and a 5-up ward still sticking around. Whether it's only 2 wounds left or 1 wound left, it doesn't matter. That trees, all of their abilities don't degrade. So there it is, just hanging out, providing an amazing teleport option and everything else that it does. They can't really heal the trees, not to my understanding, because they are terrain. Thankfully, but hot dang, those trees are hard to get rid of.
Let's see it.
Threes. 3s. 8 damage, no ward.
Okay.
Neg 2.
They did. What am I doing? Yeah, they did. No word.
Okay. End of turn stuff.
D3s. And you got yours.
So I guess mine go first.
Yep.
I'm not Haluthan 12. So I'm going to heal D3 on Draika. Heal D3 on Balthanos. So 3 and 1. That's everyone that's hurt. Now for my bludgeoning ability, I'm going to pick the Revenants. I get 2 back. Sorry, 1 back, because that's 3 wounds.
Correct.
I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Boom. Actually, maybe it does. Boom. Okay. That's all the healing. I can't strike and fade. So yeah.
Healing for me, D3 for 3.
Yep.
As these abilities kick off, this next priority roll is going to be super critical. Basically, both armies now have their butts in the wind. There's really nothing shielding anything that's important. This next priority will probably decide the game.
So I score 8.
8 this round, yeah.
Then I 8.
Do you have your tactic? You're not wholly outside here.
No, I'm not.
No.
I don't
You
have 3
need
units.
3 units. You have 2.
I got 1, 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I
don't
think it's
have-
this
the
one,
bugs
but
are
the
not.
bug's not, and Balthanos isn't.
Okay, so seize the pass or any. You are in my territory, so I don't get that. So I just score 8. So
Yeah, I don't have
15
anything
plus
either.
8 is 23.
For raiding party or anything else?
I guess okay. I guess
kill a hero. No.
We're writing it differently.
Have not been able to kill a hero.
Okay, Prio.
I got a 6.
God damn.
So yeah, I'm gonna take it. That's very big. I needed that.
That is huge. That is huge. All right, so right now the Daughters of Khaine player has a really, really good chance of eliminating some very key assets. We could potentially see Balthanos and those dragonflies fall right now. Probably what's left of the Spite Revenants also fall. We shall see, though. He has everything's on the table right now. Yeah, this was a huge priority going into this turn. He is still underdog, and by he I mean the Daughters of Khaine player is still underdog. So he'll have 5 CP with the Sylvaneth player with 4. Let's see if he gets those critical important buffs off.
Can I suffer anything else? No. She's a priest, so she can't technically unbind. So no, that's it. For you?
Healing. Heals 2.
Good shot. Okay. Spend a CP. Rally.
You're also underdog.
That was a magnificent priority roll.
That was,
know,
yeah.
right?
6 and a 6.
I got the 6, and I'm like, okay. Chances
I
are
was
pretty
like,
good. I win.
yeah, this is definitely gonna be over. I'll just roll the small
Here's
dice.
a good time to conveniently remind you of the amount of time
Yeah. We've taken a lot of time.
Yeah, no problem, buddy.
we're a little over 3 hours now.
No worries. People are loving it.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Loving it.
So it'd be great if we could do this at the.
A little bit faster. Well, I mean, I figured this was gonna end.
This is gonna be the
I
last
figured it was
turn.
gonna
This is
end
the
at the
last turn.
This is
Prio.
what I said too.
Yeah.
So, hey,
All right, so rally now, 10 dice. 4. Bring it back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Witch Hell's back.
okay, go ahead.
The lions will actually go first. I want
1, 2, 3, 4.
I was engaged first every round.
You got it, buddy. If I can't get Mind Razor, I'll get every Prio. All right. Speaking of, let's see if we get Mind Razor. Get it on a 9.
Use my. I'll use
Roll.
a regular unbind, I guess, because you have 2 spells.
You got it.
But I guess you probably just won't cast another spell because you only have 1 wound left.
Correct.
So I might as well use my special thing. Okay, ready? Ready for me to
9.
roll?
No.
Cocked.
Yeah, I guess fine.
Ready
Doesn't
for a
matter
six?
anyways,
Ready
because
for a
it's
6?
It doesn't matter.
5 plus 1 unbind.
Oh, okay.
Ready for a 6? Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, get that shit out of there.
Oh, man. What a roll. Okay, so Mind Razor is now off. Just to refresh your memory, folks. Mind Razor adds an extra rend and an extra damage. Basically, every part of every female part of whatever unit he aims at is going to start glowing, and they're going to pass their incandescence over and just incinerate whatever's in front of them.
Unless this is not wholly within 12 of that. But I could potentially get screwed with the flies. That's fine. I'm willing to just stay outside of 3 of them anyways by just engaging there. Putting 1 model, pile in, fucking kill him. All right. Next, we got prayers. Crethusa's gonna try and pray for... Do you have your ward? Yes, potentially. With her?
The bad thing about it is, right?
With this unit?
The point is,
Do you have the ward?
Wholly within 12?
I already have this.
No.
I am not fast enough to get
Okay. So you're not wholly within 12. No commands might be smarter here. No weapon abilities. We'll go for the no commands within 3 of that unit. Nope. I miscast or mispray. Then I'm going to pray for... what else? What else could I pray for? Death. +1 to wound onto the Witch Elves. That I get off on a 5. That goes away. I got my razor in that. Prayer, rally, rally. Anything else that involves CP in the start of turn? No. Go ahead, do your thing.
Okay. So first off, I need to establish this unit's within 12.
Yep, you're good.
Okay.
Gonna try and hit one with the AoE?
Yeah. No, the anti-horde spell.
Anti-horde spell.
Because I think that statistically makes more sense.
Down to 3.
Yeah. So +1 to cast, obviously.
-1 to cast.
Doesn't go off.
Doesn't go off. Cool. Good use of CP.
Yeah.
For you,
I mean, if it went off, if it was off,
it's on every 4-up.
I roll 1 dice for every model in the unit for every 5 up. So on average, I would do about 4.
So it's not significant enough to make this matter.
Oh no, but 4 minus you're with Mind Razor on them, like that.
I mean, yes, but realistically, the unit still has the fight twice. The main issue I'm going to have is that I can't deal with both parties, and that's going to be my problem. Because I can clean this up, but I can't necessarily clean all of this up. But I have to try and do something.
But I have to try.
But I have to try and do something. So, that's it for Hero Face movement. Just outside of 3. Maintaining outside of 3. This unit.
So your buffs are Mind Razor and +1 to wound?
Sorry?
Your buffs on this blue unit.
Mind Razor and +1 to wound. Yeah, you got it. And just outside of 3. My other 3-inch here. Of these guys.
Boom, boom. You'd have to go around. Yeah. Oh, I think you can't.
I can't.
You can't do that.
Never mind. We will then just go. Thank you.
There's a real good chance he could get all those Sisters of Slaughter to potentially delete 2 wizards. Is that going to be enough? Neither one of those wizards are necessary a hammer. That war song that's buried in that forest, that is a giant pain in the butt. And deserves to be put in the ground, that's for sure. But with both Drycha and Balthanos still kicking around, and it looks like that is apparently going to be happening, Sylvaneth are not out. Like, they're not out of this game. Not by any stretch. Yeah, I'm just trying to see. Yeah, I really don't know what the path is here. I'm looking at his battle tactics. Again, just to refresh everyone's memory, he took a master the paths. He is trying to, I believe, score his first affray, because I do not believe he's killed a hero yet, and he's gunning to do so now. Raiding party, which is off the scout battle tactics path. You complete this battle tactic at the end of your turn if there are 3 or more friendly scout units wholly outside friendly territory. That ain't happening. Because just to refresh everyone's memory, there's a top half, just an imaginary horizontal line dividing the top of the screen and the bottom of the screen. So he definitely does not have 3 units wholly outside his own territory. So he's far away from that. So yeah, I guess he's just trying to score his first affray off of Masters, off the Master Paths. Control the middle, bottom. He'll only control 2 objectives. So that's 8 plus his cut off the head. So he'll potentially be scoring 13 this round. That would park him at 31. And honestly, I think the Sylvaneth player has a real decent chance of if he deletes that Sisters of Slaughter unit, he'll be able to unlock the second level of Master Path, which is Seize the Paths, which he has to have no enemy units in his half of the table. But with that unit now deep striking out of freaking nowhere, well done. Very nice. That is not going to be possible. All right, so he'll take that. So he'll score 10 points. Well, sorry, he's aiming to score 10 points this round for just primary and potentially another 5. All right, that's quite nice. So what is that? That's 33 points he'll be at the end of this turn. What is he deleting? Hopefully 2 heroes, actually. I would love to see him delete that War Song and that Branch Witch that's hovering around those clump of 3 forests. Ah, man, I also would love to see those Dragonflies and the Unit of Spites deleted, but I don't know if he's got enough fuel in the tank to do that. We'll find out in the next little bit.
That's the problem when I was playing against I think it was just the Chaos Demon list, and every single big demons that just flying over, taking them back, and then have 16 hold it, and just leave it,
Second unit's going to charge is the Sisters of Slaughter. They get a 3.
I'm going to use my reaction.
Cool.
D3 or -1 to hit.
Give me a sec though, because I get to do my reroll, and then you do your D3 as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to think if I want to do a reroll.
So for the thing, for her ability, I roll the D3.
Yep.
And then you can decide if you want to reroll, because I react, then you react.
I guess it makes sense because do the D3, because if it's a 3-inch, I still make it. So go ahead. So if you roll a 1, no. So then I have to spend the CP to reroll. Sure. It's fine. They're not going to charge. It's fine.
So you can just charge the forest.
Yeah. It's fine. Cool. I can't charge 2. You fail to charge on a 2.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So even if I had -2, I guess I get 2 inches of movement. I do.
Do you? I guess.
Yeah.
You just don't consider yourself as charged? Does that even matter?
I don't think that does matter because it's a minus to my charge.
I think that's specifically, yeah. I think that only...
Yes, only if it's unmodified on the dice.
Yeah,
So
it would
you
only,
technically do get 2 inches of
It would only matter if you got a 0.
I gotcha.
Because then you... You still charge, you just don't move 0? I think you have to move in order to count as charged. Let's see what the rule says.
But if I'm successful, then rather than roll one, yeah, so it's like
Charge.
go for the riskier one. So it'd be completely different with more. So like
Yeah.
and that would work.
You can literally move 0 and count as charged if you're charging a terrain piece.
Okay.
That's kind of
Having models in my army
kind of dumb.
that don't.
It's deliberately staying outside of 3 of these bastards.
I want to get close because I get better. But the other one is I don't need to get close, right? And that one I can just kind of maneuver around the table and just.
All right, go ahead. So deliberately staying outside of 3 here.
Okay.
The intent.
Now, do I get ballsy and countercharge and then try for the 3-up fight first? Because that would be pretty cool.
Knew that was coming, but yeah, go ahead.
I think that's the play, because if I do that, I get to potentially just kill all of those blue hairs.
Before they go. Yeah.
Yeah, because you won't get a save. Cool. Well, unless you all defense, but I could potentially shut off your commands. Okay, so let's live life a little bit. I don't really need all the CP. So run counter charge.
With who?
Them.
Okay. He almost failed it. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess it doesn't really matter how I do this. I just need to be wholly within 12. That's the only real consideration here.
Yep.
So I can touch you and be wholly within 12. So that is fine. Boop. Boop. So still wholly within 12.
Yeah.
They're charged.
Yeah, you're good.
I have 1 CP.
You're good.
Cool.
Roll your 3-up.
Combat abilities.
I'm gonna fight twice, obviously, with this unit, but go ahead.
Unit of
Blue hairs.
blue hairs. Okay. Yeah, because my no commands ability doesn't matter because
No.
you've already issued it.
Yep.
Do you do it? You do start in combat. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so 3-up. A.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. And then their no commands don't matter because you can't do all the defense if you've received fight twice.
Yep, you're good.
So yeah, forced. 4-up. Take 2 mortal wounds, no ward.
Cool. Just 2. 1, 2.
And then I'm going to go with the bugs. And the bugs...
Knowing this, I think I just shoot into them. Cool. Good to know for next time.
The bugs are going to all-out attack.
Makes sense. Everything in blue hairs?
Yes, everything in the blue hairs.
Cool. Go ahead. I do have a word for this.
Yes, you do.
Cool.
So I have +1 attack right now. So that's going to be 5 attacks and 4 attacks from the riders. So this is going to be 2s and 3s. 6s are crit mortal.
Oh yeah, I failed because he says. Right.
You got lucky on that wound roll.
You deserve it. 2.
2 and neg 1.
Neg
So
1.
That goes through, so 6 damage.
6 damage so far. Go ahead.
And then the bugs. 3s and 2s. Five at neg 1, so that's another 10 damage. So that will be 16 damage in total.
Cool. 10. 6. Say 3, 2,
So 13.
4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. I might kill a unit.
1 left, I think. I think got 14.
2, 3, 4.
Well, that was absolutely huge. Losing any units on your turn is big. Losing any units when you need every single unit on the battlefield after you won priority is absolutely massive. Like, yeah, I think that is enough to put this game almost to rest. He's got the Sister Slaughter unit in the center, and the Sister Slaughter unit will do its absolute best to try and do something. Probably prioritize the branch witch just to kill it, to score at least 5 points for doing that. And then maybe throw some attacks into those dragonflies. But after this turn's done, that'll be Daughters of Khaine done. I'm not 100% certain what kind of score he's going to have. He controls the bottom objective. He'll control that far right-hand objective, and I believe he still controls the center. So he'll score 10 points for that. If he kills the branch witch, that'll score him 15. So on the scoreboard wise, he's not looking too bad, not too shabby at all. But man, from a board state, it's looking real rough right now. Here's where the score is at, as we actually are in round 3. Sorry, let me update that for you. There we go.
Round 1?
6s.
2 damage piece. 6 damage. Sorry, that's on these guys.
Oh, right.
I did say it was in the box.
Right. I failed all 3, so that's 6. So I have a 5-up ward. And I take 3 damage. Then I go, and I don't. Can I touch that one last elf? If I go right there, maybe.
Should have been able to block him off, but
Pretty sure it's within 3.
fine.
Okay, so I'll go with this. So one guy is going to hit her, and
Yep.
then everything else into this chariot.
Cool.
So let's do the 1, 3s, 4s, 1, no rend, 1 damage.
6 up. 6 up. Come on. Dead.
And then the other 7. +21 plus champion, 22 attacks, 3s and 4s.
She's dead, bud. She's okay. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. So yeah, we're pretty much good here. We don't have to talk it. We can just basically talk this out at this point. This will die. This will go in. Doesn't matter. Inconsequential. Basically, end of turn. Only thing that's significant here. That doesn't matter. I need 3 units. So I won't get that. And that'll be end of turn and probably end of game, because you'll go in, you'll kill Carthusa. This will eventually die over turns. It's basically over at this point. I maybe kill 1 fly with the amount of attacks I have there. I definitely don't kill your hero at -1 to hit. Puts me back to 3s and 4s. So I probably wouldn't even bother. Yeah, good game. I've scored this. I'll score this. And I might score that. I probably will actually, in fact, score that.
Yeah, you
So I'll
will.
score 8 in the turn.
You score 10.
10?
Oh, more.
Oh, more, right. So score 10 in the turn. I could try actually going for the hero just to see if I get that tactic, but that's about it. It's pretty much done at this point. So I'll score 10 at the end of this round. Puts me to 28. And then at best, I'll get another 5 for 32 if I kill that hero in combat, but that's about it. And then you'll score max. You'll have 10 this turn, and then I don't know what all the other ones are, but I think you're good. As long as like you have that eventually to die. Your other ones should score max here. So if I get cut off the head, that's it for me.
All right. There it is. More or less, we are Dunskies. I want to thank these 2 beautiful human beings for jumping on stream tonight and entertaining us with the new GHB. I gotta say, I am really liking the missions. I like the battle tactic paths. I haven't hit the point of love yet, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I just got to play it more myself. I've only had one game so far with the new GHB and new objectives, but I'm super looking forward to trying it out myself. Hopefully you guys really enjoyed that. I want to thank all of you for joining us. For those of you that are still sticking around, thank you so much for doing so. If you haven't had the chance yet, please, if you could, from the bottom of our heart, if you could just hit some buttons, that would be really, really lovely. For all of you that have hit those buttons, thank you so much. And yeah, that's it. We are hit the end of the stream, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and we will catch you next week.
That's when you move up. Yeah. So turn 4, then turn 5, you move it there. Then you can teleport. Yeah. So yeah, I think you'll get all 3 of those, no problem. And then you'll probably get all 3 of these ones as well, because these are both. Yes. Yeah. So you should be scoring max on those, and then you'll have max the rest. So 10, 10, 10, plus, you already scored 1 tactic, right? So plus 25. Should be your total. So you should be at